How's everybody doing? So this is going to be the 2023 College Football Playoff National Championship live stream. I got inspiration from Behind the Arc Basketball. He does normally basketball. He'll do other things too, but he did live play-by-play, and that's always something I grew up wanting to do. So again, this is the 2023 National Championship game. We're gonna do play-by-play. I'm just trying to see how far I'm gonna get with it. Hopefully, it's something that I can end up schedule will allow me to do it. It is about it's going to be the first play of the game. Excuse me. The William Hill app that I used to gamble with told me it was actually starting at 4:55 Pacific, and it looks like it was 4:45 Pacific. So it might have been some kind of typo there. But yeah, so we're coming in a little. Thought I had about 10 more minutes, but Georgia, obviously coming in undefeated. They haven't lost all year. Came very close against Ohio State in what was a really close game, but obviously Ohio State ended up getting the win. It's going to be second down for Georgia here as Max Duggan comes out. TCU's only loss, obviously, came against Kansas State in the Big 12 championship game. So Duggan's going to go out of the shotgun here. Look, he's going to have four out wide. And Duggan's going to drop back. He's going to look. He's going to go left. He's going to scramble in the pocket. He's going to run out of there. He's going to scramble, and it's thrown over the head of the receiver incomplete. So that's going to be a big key in this game is going to see how that Georgia penetration is going to affect TCU and what they can do up front, see the kind of disruptions they can cause. I think one thing that caught Michigan off guard is that TCU was, not afraid of trying to take Michigan to the woodshed, and they were really surprised by their physicality. So I don't think I don't see TCU coming out and shocking Georgia the same way that Michigan. So Michigan is here. Goes second and 15, play fake. It's going to go off to the left side. It's going to be Johnson. He's going to make a move, and he's going to get about 3 yards, almost back to the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be about second and 11. So yeah, it's the first time I'm doing it. I've thought about it before. We have a podcast as well. It's called Mixed Reactions. Definitely check it out when you get a chance. We have a Facebook group. Again, during the commercial break, I'm going to try to get it out there a little bit more. It's something that I've thought about doing, but didn't really seriously consider till a few hours ago. And I'm going to see how it goes. And been thinking about doing it for a while. So, enough about me. Let's go ahead and see 41% on third down this season for TCU. It's going to be third and 12 for the Horned Frogs. Duggan in the shotgun with the back to his left. And TCU is going to rush three. Duggan drops back in the pocket. He's going to look over the right side. It's going to be caught. No, it's going to be dropped for the first down. Sorry, not dropped. It hit the floor. And TCU is going to have to go 3 and out on their first possession of the ball game. Duggan looking over the right side. The pressure coming. Looks like it might have just been a bit underthrown. And so TCU is going to punt the ball off. And we're going to get to see the 97-year-old senior Stetson Bennett try to lead Georgia to a back-to-back national championship. So here we go. TCU back to punt, 4th and 12, 14:05 to go here in the first quarter. And he's going to kick that one away. And it looks like it's going to be at about the 43 of the Bulldogs. They're going to come back once this game gets back from commercial. TCU goes 3 and out. Now we're going to see Stetson Bennett and the Bulldogs, the only undefeated team left in college football. Stetson Bennett, everybody knows, was a walk-on, won a national championship last year. Most people, aren't really too high on his pro prospects, but we're going to see if they can become the first college football team to repeat since Alabama did so in the 2011 and 2012 seasons when they beat LSU and Notre Dame, respectively. So here we go. 13:59 to go in the first quarter. Georgia's out on offense. It's going to be Stetson Bennett behind center in the shotgun. And it looks like just some movement up front. It looks like it's going to be a false start on Georgia, which is going to push them back 5 yards. And neither team can afford to make mistakes. You never want to make them early in the championship game. You always want to come out and send a statement. And those mistakes can loom large later on. So it's going to be 1st and 15 here. Georgia. Bennett again is going to go out of the shotgun. So let's see what happens here. And it's going to be a run play to the right side. He's going to get, looks like about 4 or 5 yards, and it'll bring up second down for the Bulldogs. So it's going to be interesting to see what Georgia tries to do offensively. I think a big thing, a big concern TCU coming into the playoffs, and it started, I think, against Michigan. They obviously were able to prove those doubters wrong. Was that they don't have the athletes to compete with the Georgia. TCU's defense has had question marks around it at times this year. It looks like Georgia's going to go with five wide out. And Bennett's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look over the middle of the field, caught for a first down all the way down to the 35, 34-yard line. Big play there for Georgia. Bennett's going to drop back in the pocket. TCU only rushes three, and then he's able to go ahead and complete it right across the middle. So, yeah, big time completion there for Stetson Bennett. Let's see what Georgia can go ahead and do here. Can't let Georgia strike early with a touchdown. You have to stop them, make them put up three. You don't want them to get on a roll, this early into the game. Stetson Bennett's going to throw it to the right side. It's complete, but there's going to be a flag on the play. Let's see if this one comes back. And it looks like it's going to be a hold against the Bulldogs. And he was excited until he realized they were going to call, I believe, it's going to be a holding penalty against Georgia, which is going to back them up 10 yards. And so it looks like it's actually going to be a false start against Georgia, the receiver out there on the left side. Looks like he jumped a bit early. So Georgia now is going to have a second down, or sorry, second down, first down, sorry, and 15. I think that first play got me a bit mixed up there. So Stetson Bennett's going to go in the shotgun, guy in motion to the left side. He's going to do a play action, and he's going to dump it out, and they get about 5 yards there. So Georgia trying to strike first here in the national championship game. I have a viewer. I have one viewer. So thank you to whoever you are. Again, if you missed it earlier, I'm gonna try to get it. Just got the idea earlier. I've been wanting to do it for a while. So hopefully this can be a good game. And we can get some momentum rolling as far as these three. So Georgia 33 passing yards to TCU's three. Georgia with a first down second and three on the 26-yard line, 27-yard line, and it's gonna be a handoff to the left side. It's gonna get to about the 21 for a Bulldog first down. So Georgia coming out and just going right at TCU. They haven't looked, with the exception of the penalty, they haven't looked like they've struggled at all. So let's see what they're able to get here. It's going to be first down and 10 from the 21-yard line of TCU. Georgia trying to strike first in the national championship, 11:20 to go in the first quarter. And now there's nobody in the street. So first down and 10 for the Bulldogs. It's going to be Stetson Bennett. He's going to go ahead and hand it off to the right side. No, did Bennett keep it? Bennett kept the ball. Bennett's going to get into the end zone. Stetson Bennett. I sound about as excited as Joe Buck during a big play, but Bennett with a beautiful, beautiful read option, and he's able to take it 21 yards into the end zone, and Georgia strikes early. Wow. What a fake by Bennett. I couldn't tell who had the ball. I don't think most people can in Georgia. Up 6-0 here in the first half of the national championship game, putting it on TCU early. TCU looking overmatched, and it was 13.5 point spread coming into the game. Very tough, especially in a big game like this. TCU doesn't get here by accident, but right now Georgia's making it look like they're clearly the better team, and they're gonna go and tack on the extra point. So it's 7-0 Bulldogs with 11:01 to play here in the first quarter. So I think we're gonna go ahead and get to our first commercial break, and we are. So Stetson Bennett, beautiful fake, goes right between the defense, tries to cut it to the inside. Oh, gives him a little okey doke, and the Bulldogs strike first, 7-0 here in the first quarter of the national championship. Big time play. You want to get started early. As we go to a commercial break, I thought it was gonna be one of those mayhem commercials, Those are usually pretty funny. So yeah, let's see what Georgia can come out and what TCU can come out and counter with coming up on this next drive. It's been a while since I streamed, so I'm looking down, sharing it while I'm on my YouTube. Yeah, that was a bad idea. Okay. All right, let's see what TCU can come out and counter with. Again, TCU winning 51 to 45 against Michigan. Georgia narrowly escaping against Ohio State in what is almost unanimously considered the best semifinal weekend, excuse me, in the history of the playoff. I mean, I can't think, you know, the couple of times where we have had a few, excuse me, good semifinal games. Normally, the other game has been a blowout, but both of these games were right down to the wire. So let's see what uh what they could come out with here. And with with an offense like TCU, you can never you know you're always gonna have a quick strike opportunity. But against a team like Georgia, you don't. Coming back, they did have to come back against Michigan. But had they had to come back against Michigan, I think it would have been different than against Georgia. I think Georgia's a better team than Michigan, so they can't fall behind, especially as the last game of the season. Georgia, there is something to be said when it's coming to the last game of the season, and you know a team is that close to winning the championship. Like they start making those plays that championship plays. So looks like we're going to be back here. Georgia's going to kick off 11:01 to go in the first half. Duggan and TCU are going to be back on the field offensively, and it's going to be a touchback for the Horned Frogs. So um, again, the game at SoFi Stadium. Next year's going to be oh shit! I didn't even fuck is the game next year. I know I read something earlier. It's not coming to Las Vegas, even though we're getting the Final Four, the Frozen Four, the Super Bowl next year. We're not getting we haven't, I don't think, secured a bid, I don't believe, yet for the college football national championship game. So we'll see. So TCU is going to come out on offense. Duggan's going to go up the center, direct the play calling. Georgia again up 7-0, 11:01 to go in the first quarter of the national championship. Max Duggan out of shotgun, and he's going to keep it and get smothered in the backfield at about the 18-yard line. And Georgia's dogs were in there to make that play. There were 3 Bulldogs around them that time. TCU is now -3 total yards for the game. Georgia is currently at 67. It's going to be TCU out of the shotgun. Duggan here. He's going to throw to the right side, and he's going to get about 2 yards out to the 21 from the 19. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 8. And here goes a chance for Georgia. yet again to get the defense off the field, give Stetson Bennett and the offense a chance to really start running it up here in the first quarter. One of the things that you never want to have happen in a championship game like this is, again, I think I said it a second ago, is just to go down big early like this. Georgia is only allowing 27% conversion rate on third down, second in the FBS. A lot of this stuff is coming straight off screen, ESPN, and then there's the stuff that I have. Max Duggan's going to drop back to pass. He is going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. So Georgia's going to get the ball back. So tough start as that pass was intended for Jared Wiley. Jared Wiley, the senior out of Temple High School in Temple, Texas. So really tough break to start the game for TCU. You never want to start from behind, but just getting completely overmatched like this. It's, again, 13 and a half point spread. People had their takes. I didn't think it was ridiculous. TCU is starting to get that. I mean, they've kind of been the darling ever since the playoffs started, but they're starting to get that. How many times do you have to doubt us? And the people that doubted him before, and there's going to be a run. Oh, he's going to fumble. Oh, he fumbled the ball, and who has it? Oh, Georgia just got it. TCU is fucking this game up. They just fumbled, and there's 9:30 left in the first quarter. Wow. And he punched that one right out. Wow, and that was tough for TCU there. That's going to be Jordan Hudson fumbling the ball, and now it's going to go right back to the Horned Frogs, or sorry, to the Bulldogs. And the fuck is he wearing? I mean, I watched Georgia a little bit. I watch more USC and I've watched more Alabama games and shit in the afternoon. What's that gold fucking dog thing? Oh, it's going to be a double reverse for Georgia. He's going to try to run it back to the middle, and he's only going to get a few yards. That's Brock Bowers, the acclaimed tight end. Big play there for the Bulldogs. Or sorry, could have been a big play for the Bulldogs. I thought it was going to be a play when it came out. He cut back, excuse me, but then he was surrounded by Horned Frogs, and it's going to bring up, excuse me, a second and 5 for Georgia from the 28. And Bennett's going to be a play fake. He's going to roll out to the right, and it is caught on the right sideline. What a catch there. Lad McConkey, the redshirt sophomore out of Chatsworth, Georgia. Nice play there by Bennett. McConkey has to go up and make the play. And nice play by Georgia there. They're just making it look effortless at this point. Like they're about to score this shit right here. Again, the spread with this thing, like I should have just jumped on Georgia. I really should have. I was just scared of a backdoor with TCU. We don't know what's going to happen yet, but at this point, it's going to be a handoff right up the middle, and he's going to be stopped at about the 10-yard line for a 3-yard gain. Bedford on the stop there for TCU. And I really hope we're going to get a better game. I'm a USC fan. We had Caleb Williams get hurt. Utah played unbelievable. We lost Tulane in the Cotton Bowl, which doesn't even seem real, but we'll be back. But seeing these two teams play, these I guess you could pretty much say are the best two teams in the country. And then Stetson Bennett's gonna do the drop back, is gonna throw it across the middle. It's gonna get knocked away there. So big play there by TCU. Bradford once again in the action. So Bradford with a big defensive play. Stetson Bennett tries to go across the middle. He reaches over the back. Perfect anticipation. Saw him when it was coming. And what kind of the ref cam? I kind of like that. But with a lot of the on the field cameras, it's very when you only show it for a split second, it's very choppy. I think I'm not a big fan of it. Like if you do it for an entire game or something, that's fine. And Bennett's going to go ahead and drop back. He's going to go ahead and fire. Ooh. Yeah, he just get cracked or the way I'm looking at the TV, Perry's gonna make the tackle. It's gonna be fourth down for Georgia. Either I moved back when he got tackled or he got laid out. Because it looked like he got hit pretty hard, but Georgia's gonna go ahead and kick the field goal. I don't know why it's so hard for me to tell if he got popped right there. They're showing the replay. Oh yeah, it wasn't that bad. No, no, I must have been tripping. So here we go. It's gonna be a 24-yard attempt for Georgia. This should be a chip shot. Um, and it's gonna make it 10-0, and we're not even 8 minutes, or we're just 8 minutes into the game with 6:55 left in the first quarter. And this field goal is good, and it's 10-0 Georgia, just like that. Georgia is jumping out and jumping ahead of TCU. And that guy is wearing, is that Master Chief? I'm not really too familiar. Anybody watches Halo, let me know. He looked like Master Chief. I'm pretty sure that's Master Chief. But yeah, so let's see what TCU could come out with here. Um, again, 10-0 Georgia. Tough start for uh oh, hey Kelly, if you're in here, what's up? I just got on my Facebook. Yeah, I have a friend that does this. He does it for the NBA playoffs. His channel's behind the arc basketball. But he yeah, like when I was a game, not when I was a game, when I was a kid, me and my big brother, we used to, mess around and announce the game. So I was just, it just kind of hit me. I was like, well, I don't, I still have a few hours and I've live streamed a couple times before, but I don't yeah, I never tried it. Um it's raining here too. That's the weird thing. It just started raining not too long ago. But I should have ordered some Little Caesars. Oh shit! Now there's one person. I don't think this is bad. I don't think I'm doing a bad job. What's? Do I got enough time to walk to the other room real quick? Okay. Uh, for anybody actually watching, for the two people, I will be right back. Give me just a. Oh shit! Have I been on mute this whole time? Fuck. Oh my god! It's been like 20 minutes. Shit. Oh fuck. Damn. Damn, I don't even know how to work this chat. I'm not even familiar with this shit. Fuck. Have I just been my lips moving for the last 20 minutes and shit? Fuck. Do I even have a chat? I don't even know how. Man, I really should take a little bit more time to fucking know what the fuck I was doing. Excuse my language. Uh I think I might have just been on mute for the last 20 minutes. So if I do, I guess I don't want anybody to watch me for 20 minutes, not being able to hear what I say. So I might just trim it down and, start the stream with Georgia up 10-0. What the fuck? Okay. Hopefully it doesn't lag when I post it. Uh oh, the headset. I get it now. Yeah, this is Sitel certified. Give me 1 second and I'll be right back. They're about to kick off to Georgia to start the second half. Or sorry, not to Georgia about to kick off to TCU after they scored. Fuck. Okay, so TCU is gonna come out with the ball. Now I got nobody in here. Shit. All right, fuck it. And no, this is definitely a new experience. NFL playoffs obviously are gonna begin this upcoming weekend. My Rams fucking just give up your whole future. Now excuse me, McVay's future is in limbo with us. So, very going to be very tough to see, what's going to happen with us. TCU is going to start out from their own 25-yard line, 6:51 2 on the first quarter. Max Duggan's going to go into the shotgun here. It's going to be a handoff straight up the middle. He's going to be tackled, 29-yard line. So TCU trying to get something, 2 possessions, fight back. You make it 3 possessions. Now you're, you know, asking your team to do a whole lot of stuff. Mari DiMercato with the handoff there, hometown kid from Inglewood, California, getting a few yards on the play. It's going to be 2nd and 6, Duggan and TCU. I watch it without the sound. I'm not really sure which crowd is crazier, but when I was, here in Vegas, and it's gonna be Duggan, he's gonna drop back to pass. Oh, he's gonna go long. Oh, he's fucking open. Oh shit. Oh, what the bro? He hit the what fucking button is that on Xbox? The B? He hit the circle on PlayStation. He just caught. Oh, thank God I wasn't on mute that time. Oh, I was about to be pissed. Holy shit. Was that Johnston? I was so amazed that he hit that little fuck. That shit's gonna be on ESPN or wherever. You can't say it's gonna be on Sports Center because Sports Center ain't the top of the chain no more. It's gonna be at the 6 yard line, run play for TCU. DeMercado again. Yeah, so it looks. Oh wow, it looks like so 2 guys committed to Johnston, and then that was a beautiful move. That was absolutely gorgeous. The way he hit him with that move like that. It was like a little spin. It's kind of hard to describe. It's like a spin, but he used more like he used the space on the field to like kind of spin out. It's kind of hard to explain, but that was a beautifully designed play. When you get beat that deep uncontested, it's hard to say it's not a defensive breakdown. It's got to be a defensive breakdown at some level for the Bulldogs to get beat deep like that. But still give credit to TCU. Johnston, one of the top threats in the country. He comes across the middle. They think it's going to go to him. And then the senior Darius Davis from St. Francisville, Louisiana, is able to get a big time gain down the field. And TCU needed that. Like they really needed that at this point because they were looking bad. At that point, with the exception of those couple runs, they had -3 on the drive that had happened beforehand. So we're gonna see what happens. TCU again, score here, get a stop. It's been kind of hard for them to stop Georgia, but get a stop, get the ball back. It's a fucking ball game, but you can't. You gotta capitalize on your opportunities against Georgia. You got to. You can't let your opportunities go by the wayside, whether that be third down conversions or converting when it gets into the red zone, or they're going to be within field goal range. When we come back here from commercial, look, actually one of the Bulldogs was down on the field. Forgot to mention that as we went to commercial. Maybe I should appreciate the sensitivity of players' injuries before I start streaming. Yeah, someone did get hurt from Georgia. I believe it was 95 or something. It was a big dude. I didn't really catch it, but it looks like he was down on the field, and that's why this commercial is so long. So yeah, I will be right back. It's still on commercial. Showing highlights of the TCU Baylor game. TCU had to rush on the field with their kicker. I remember that shit because at that point, I don't think Tennessee had lost yet, so I was rooting for them to lose. And here we go, we're back. Duggan from the 6 yard line, handoff straight off the middle. Looks like DeMercado is going to get all the way down to about the 2. Let's see if the Horned Frogs can punch it in here. I've always liked their fucking mascot. I think it says like a lizard. Somebody says like a lizard. I easily, could have Googled that. Made myself sound a little smarter, but here we go. Second and goal. Or sorry, third and one. I am fucking off. Third and one, 4:55 to go here in the first quarter. Duggan with DeMercado, it looks like to his left in the shotgun. It's going to be Johnston coming across in front of him. And Duggan is going to be able to trot into the end zone. And TCU is right back into this ball game. Max Duggan scores from 2 yards away. The cheerleaders love it. The fans love it. I'm sure the homeless population in Inglewood loves it. And just like that, we have ourselves a game 10-7, 10-6, sorry, pinning the extra point. He gets Johnston coming across. He's such a big threat. I watched him. What the fuck happened to my? Oh, sorry. They're okay. There we go. The screen it was lagging, so that's why I went trying to see if I could see myself move. But welcome to our viewer. You know, again, trying to get more people out there to watch it. Uh, it's going to be a process, but hopefully it's something, that at the end of the day is going to be worth it. Something I wanted to do. Like I said before, growing up, my older brother and I used to fuck around and, like that was the video games. There are some really good people. Again, the dude that inspired me behind the arc basketball, he does mainly basketball. He does like baseball. He does, or no, well, he's done a few baseball games, but like it's not basketball season. He's done baseball. He's done a few football games. He did like the hot dog eating competition. He did NASCAR, as special like event type things, other than basketball. But yeah, during the playoffs, um, yeah, it gets packed. Excuse me, it gets pretty packed. I remember, I think it was the bubble year because I was still working at the old call center I worked at, and I used to be listening to it on the radio on the way home because I had I can't watch the game on the way home. I mean, if you do, then you just live on the edge. I'm not doing all that. So, I can listen to the NBA radio or I could just listen to his thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, depending on if it was the Clippers, I would definitely listen to the radio version. But, yeah, he would get sometimes, I think the most I ever saw was it like 11,000 or 5,000 or something like that? Really makes you realize how large of a game that basketball is internationally because you'd have people, I mean, I'm not fucking familiar with the YouTube shit. I've watched live streams, but hey, check in wherever you're, coming from, and people would be, hey, I'm from Ghana. Hey, I'm from the Philippines. Philippines, I've done a bit of research on that. That is like their undisputed number one sport. I think like the best Filipino team. If anybody sees this, we don't have no viewers, so I doubt we're gonna get anybody away from the Philippines. But I think it's like their biggest team. They play in like a fifth. Their best basketball team. They play in like a 50,000 seat basketball arena in the Philippines. It's huge. I'm from Southern California. I've played against a bunch of Filipinos growing up. I know they have something similar here. It's called like the PBA, the Filipino Basketball Association. Um, and it's pretty much, yeah, it's like a league. Had a few friends that played in it. I'm not sure if the rules. I'm not really going to go too deep in depth, but yeah, it's you know they a lot of time in the streams would make up a very large portion, very large. And then you had Sweden, Finland, the Philippines again was normally the main one, but pretty much everyone. And he did a really good job as far as that. You know, I'm a little more. I wouldn't call myself reckless. I'm a little more smoke and fuck, and but he always kept it. I guess you could say what I'm not. Don't know the guy, but seemed like would be himself. Didn't really allow any cursing or anything like that. So, definitely watched a lot of those, and inspired me to try to do this and see if we can get something rolling out of it. So, fuck that shit. We're back. Um, it is 10-7 Georgia. And TCU is going to kick off here. They just scored a touchdown. Max Duggan had a 2-yard touchdown run. We have 4:45 to go in the first quarter. And let's see. I fucking want to go to that stadium so goddamn bad. SoFi just looks like, it's just a marvel. Oh, what is it? A marveling engineering masterpiece. There you go. Engineering marvel. And as it looks like Georgia's going to go ahead and return it to the 30-yard line. Max Duggan looks like he's the 28th rushing touchdown of his career, most ever in school history. You know, A lot of people said TCU they should be playing penalized for playing in that last game. I didn't think so either. I thought the committee would find a way to keep him out. I just thought they would. I thought Alabama was going to somehow jump in. Them and Ohio State would get in, but here we are, January 9th, 2023. TCU's playing for the national championship. Bennett's going to go with one back out of the shotgun, and Bennett's going to drop back to pass. He's going to look over to the left side, and that's going to be a catch. He's going to get all the way down to the 40, to his own 40-yard line, and that's going to be a Georgia first down. So big time play there. And they're not being shy about going to Lance McConkey at all. They're making it very obvious that he is going to be a threat. And he's going to go to the sideline for this play as we come close to the end of the first quarter. Talking with the water boy like he has Mike's secret stuff and he's ready to give it to him, go back in the game and score 10 touchdowns. And Bennett's going to go ahead and give him the handoff. It's going to be the right side. He's going to break it first down. Georgia, again, just doing whatever they want offensively, not really experiencing too much resistance from the team from Fort Worth. And, that SEC speed, just watching football. I've always, you have an SEC team and they're playing a team from another conference. You better make damn sure the team from the other conference is good because the SEC is fast. I've always associated the SEC speed with speed. I'll probably figure out an abbreviation later. But seriously, no, the SEC has always just been fast. Here we go. Georgia 1st and 10 from the 48 of TCU. Bennett's going to go out to McConkey again. He's going to go down the left sideline and get all the way down to what looks like about the 38-yard line. And that's going to be another Georgia first down. They're just airing it out like some draws on a clothing line. That'll work on my punchline. Kirby Smart, I guess you could say, I don't really know if there's too much debate. I think Jimbo was a Nick Saban assistant, but Kirby definitely seems to be the better the best assistant that Saban's had. And here we go. And Bennett's gonna roll out. No, he's gonna drop back. He's going deep. And who left McConkey open? I'm Joe Buck excited because he has a touchdown. It is 16-7 pending the extra point. Lance McConkey, 37 yards to the crib. And oh boy, am I excited. Georgia, listen to this. You can't hear anything because it's copyright. But Lance McConkey, how did he get so open? They haven't even shown the replay yet. They're just showing all of his boys giving him love. But that's one thing you can't do if you TCU. You got a big play and scored, and you let Georgia come right down and score again. And the extra point for Georgia is going to make it 17-7 with 2:43 to play in the first quarter. But yeah, you let Georgia. You get a big play. You catch Georgia slipping. You end up going down. You end up getting it in, and then you have a defensive breakdown. And yeah, so it looks like TCU was scrambling at the last second. It looks like McConkey caught his guy one-on-one and the guy in the middle. It looks like and I'm going to the other side of the field, and there was just nobody there to stop him. He was just completely open. Nobody even gave a shit to try to get down the field to stop him. Don't get beat deep. I played one season of football in middle school, flag football, because I played basketball year round. And if you want to say, well, you did well play against contact, well, that's your right. But yeah, don't get beat deep. Do not get beat deep. You know what I mean? Like, you can't, you gotta have a plan for things like that, especially when McConkey is just, been able to find success early against your team. You have to be aware of him breakdown there. The miscommunication and the panic prior to the play definitely was a foreshadowing. As we have about 2:39 left in the first half, McConkey getting some Gatorade on the sidelines. TCU's gonna have a 1st and 10. Let me see what the fucking live spread is right now for this game. Gotta keep making sure I'm not on mute. That was a fucking rookie mistake. But if I actually had people in here, they would be like, mute, mute. Here we go. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Horned Frogs. They're going to have it at their own 22-yard line. Dug it with the lone back in the backfield. Handoff up the middle, and it's DeMarcado again. So they're not afraid to give it to him, and they have a lot of faith in his ability. Big play there, first down dogs or first down frogs, dogs and frogs. And is TCU going no huddle? They are. TCU's gonna hurry. I don't even have a chance to go look at my phone, see who replied to me on Messenger. And Duggan's going to get a man in motion, man to his right in the backfield. He's going to hand it off DeMarcado again, and he is going to get out to about the 37. First time I've ever done a YouTube live stream, and I could just keep saying hand off to DeMarcado and sound like I know what I'm doing. So definitely, he's definitely making my job a lot easier. So that's definitely something I think I'm going to remember from watching this. Remember this down the line that he, made it a little easier, from just not having to do too much for me. So it's going to be 2nd and 3 for Georgia, where they're going to have the ball to their own 39-yard line. It's going to be next Duggan back to pass, going to go and get a first down completion. Big time there. TCU is able to get a first down big time for the Frogs. And anything that you can get here to stop, you want to keep the game within striking distance. As Jared Wiley made the catch, you want to keep the game within striking distance, but you also don't want to. And hold on, give me 1 second. I apologize. There is an issue with my stream. I guess that would be the downside of doing it with a stream. And I don't, I would do it like this because the stream is freezing. But other than that, okay, I think that was just my fault. Actually, thankfully. Glad it's on mine and it's not the actual stream. So it looks like it's gonna be 3rd down now for TCU. Not really sure what happened again. I do apologize. Was not anticipating that. And we're gonna go ahead and come to a conclusion in the first quarter. Georgia leads the first 15 minutes of this national championship game, 17-7. One team's gonna walk out of Los Angeles as champions. The other is not gonna walk out as champion. That's just what's gonna happen. There was somebody that was making a point that the playoff system, God, I can't fucking remember what they said, but they were pretty much saying, the BCS, like nobody liked the BCS. I mean, personally, the BCS, it's hard to justify it because you lose one game, and unless you have some shit happen everywhere else, you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like one game, I mean, shit, what, 50% chance it's going to end your season? Probably somewhere around there. I mean, 'cause, there have been teams that have won one that have made it. With other years, there have been multiple teams that have lost. So a team with one or two losses, I think LSU was the only team to go with two losses. But anyway, what I'm trying to say is the point he was trying to make was, when you have a banner that says Orange Bowl, uh, champions, fucking Fiesta Bowl, back like in the BCS, whereas if you have it says playoff semifinalists, it doesn't carry the same weight. I don't really believe that, but I think he did make a fair point. I now Joel Klatt actually made a point that um, the bowl games are that the Rose Bowl should be like, and it is the granddaddy of them all. I get that, that it should be the best game every year, like kind of like how women's softball does it with I think Oklahoma City, men's baseball does it with Omaha. Have it, Little League with Williamsport, have it in the same place every year should be the Rose Bowl. I don't personally. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm from California. I love the Rose Bowl. Easily my favorite game. I'm from the West Coast, and you've had so many great moments. Pretty sure it's the oldest bowl game. Um, but I mean, I like the other games too. I like being able to, I like when they go to New Orleans and when they have the championship or, whatever it might be. They, have the little Mardi Gras theme behind it, or when they go to Miami and they have fucking oranges. So I don't really see that.
the Rose Bowl should be the number one. I mean, I like again, I'm from the West Coast, my favorite, but I think it's special when you have that rotation again. Like when you go to New Orleans and they're the little intros and they're playing jazz, and you go to fucking Arizona and they're talking about the desert, Miami, and they either put like a vacation, hotspot, vibe uh or like Miami is just so diverse. Like they always put there's always some kind of theme, or they could be attached with each of the sites because they're all so unique. Especially Arizona with the desert. You know, and really being an anomaly, I guess, in that reason. I mean, well, I mean, I guess not now you have SoFi, but as far as in the desert, like I mean, well, you have Nevada now too, but you know, I mean, you think about it, you have Miami as Georgia kicks off the TCU. Oh wait, sorry, hold on. So we're back now. Looks like a TCU player is headed to the locker room. It's gonna be Andrew Coker, the junior from Katy James Taylor High School, 6'7", 315. Jesus fucking Christ, that dude is huge. Football won't work out, man. Like, not like he probably a smart dude. You know what I'm saying? Like he, what did it say, a senior, a junior? Like he's been in college for a while, but man, he could just use his fucking brute strength. Like that motherfucker's huge to make a living for the rest of his life. Instead of they're gonna have the ball at the 30-yard line. He's gonna go ahead and hand it off here, up the middle, and he is going to get back to the 10-yard line for about a 2-yard Georgia gain. So the dogs here again, trying to see if they can really extend this lead. If I'm Georgia here, I'm really aggressive. I am very aggressive. I mean, I'm not going to say Stetson Bennett is a 900-year-old senior. I think those jokes have gotten a little old at this point, but I think he's a 6-year senior, so he has the experience, trust your veteran, at this fucking point, he's about as veteran gets. So trust him to make a play and you'll be in better shape. It's going to be a handoff. No, it's going to be a play fake by Bennett. Ooh, he's going to go a nice little pass across the field there for a first down. So Georgia continuing to move the ball. And Brock Bowers, if he did, they do. Georgia does not. TCU does not want him to get going. They do not want Brock Bowers to start to get rolling, get a few catches, because then they're just gonna bully their way down the field and fucking win by 80. That's I think the type. Oh, he's going long, and it looks like it goes to Bowers again. Big time play for Georgia. Wow. So Stetson Bennett, he's gonna fake the pitch. Bowers is gonna go out towards the right sideline, catch it about the 50, tackle it about the 45. Big time play for Georgia. And I just said a second ago, be aggressive. Put your fucking foot on their throat at this point. Just go up big, start to cruise. Make it one of those championship games where you start wearing the hats by the end of the third quarter. First and 10, 4 catches for 78 yards. In this game for Brock Bowers, and that is going to be a tackle of the line of scrimmage, maybe for a loss. Big time play there by Winters for TCU. Second down here for Georgia. Again, a score here would be huge. A touchdown here would be monumental because then that would make it a 3-score game and really put TCU in a bind. Who got the ball first? Because I know I came late. I can't remember who got the. Oh no! So instead, Bennett drops back to pass. Second and 10. Oh, are they going to call a flag? No flag yet. And good defense there for TCU. Tries to take it to the outside, make a little move to the inside, a little bit of handwork there. Tried to go up with one hand, but he just couldn't come down with it. And we're going to have a third and 10 for the Bulldogs. Let's see what they come out with here. Biggest defensive play yet of the game for TCU because you can stop them here, make them punt, and you still got it a 10-point game. Georgia scores. Again, they go up 3 scores, they score a touchdown, and you might as well just pack your bags, go back to Fort Worth. It's going to be very tough from that point. Bennett has no backs, play clock, starting to run out, play clock at 2. Bennett's going to take snaps a little low. Bennett's going to go ahead and roll out to the left side. He's going to go ahead and go across the 45 to the 40. He's going to get across the 35-yard line. Stetson Bennett. First down for the DAWGS. I think if I put a Z on the end, it would be trying a little too hard. But Bennett's showing a little bit of speed. No NFL team is going to be interested because he's, excuse me, so old and he doesn't have, I mean, he had insane potential to be in the NFL by this point. But Bennett's still, gonna make his last game in college his best. His best game aside from this came back in 1947. Okay, I'm done with the jokes. And Bennett coming back up, it looks like to set things straight at the line of scrimmage. 3 seconds to snap the ball. 10:57 left in the first quarter. 17-7 Georgia. Basic second steps going to be a handoff. And he is going to get stopped. So TCU's big dogs coming in to make the play. Dylan Horton, the senior from Frisco. But that play by Stetson Bennett, that was demoralizing. He looked in trouble, and we have him on 3rd down. We're about to get him again, and just gets first down. So 2nd and 10, it's going to be here at the 34 for Georgia, and Bennett is going to go to the right side, caught for a Georgia first down. Juan Edwards with the catch, and that keeps it going. 3rd and 2. Oh, no, I'm sorry. I thought he got the first down. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and now he has the first down. Edwards again. Where's the real Bulldog? They got that fake-ass Bulldog. The mascot. He actually tried to bite an Auburn player before, which is the crazy thing. Like, that they would actually let that fucking dog back in the stadium. Like, I mean, I know he's probably been checked. It's not that huge of a deal, but, like, he really tried to bite somebody. Like, this dog is coming in front of 80,000 people. He better be fucking trained. Like, for real. Like, you got to be prepared for some shit like that. Here we go. 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line. Bennett's going to go ahead and give a handoff to the left side. He's going to break a first down. He's going to go ahead and get it, looks like, to about the 8-yard line. He took a trip on, like, 2 camera people. George is about to get on the board again. This time it's McIntosh carrying it. Oh, yeah, he tried to – oh, shit. No, he missed his head. Because he tried to jump over old boy in the yellow, and then I think he got the other guy, like, in the neck or something. I don't know. I can't tell. He'll be okay. It's football. And Stetson Bennett. Why is it so easy? Georgia again, and it's 23-7, and the Dogs are starting to run away with it here in LA. Stetson Bennett, a 6-yard touchdown run. He had the beautiful run earlier. This one is patient, and he's able to could have just walked that one in. So good play call. And they have the big guys up front to be able to enforce it. And right now, Georgia is taking it to TCU 23-7. This is a blowout, and we still have 8:30 to go in the first half. And I think this score, frankly, is going to get a lot worse. Let me see what the line is. I mean, because shit, if the pregame line was 13.5, it's a 17-point game. Georgia at this point clearly looks like they're better. I'll say the line, I'll just take a guess without looking at my phone, is probably about, was it 24-7? Shit. 17-point game? I'll say 24.5. I think I'm underestimating it, though. Because, like, shit. I mean, if Georgia's 24.5 minus 24.5, I'm about to just take them. Because, shit, I think they're going to fucking blow their ass out. I mean, Shit, I hope TCU comes back. That would make for a fucking amazing championship. Especially it's TCU. Like, TCU's been a good program. This is this is the top stage. Like, you can't get any bigger than this. So, you know, I want to see, seeing a Cinderella team, fight. I remember when Butler against Duke in the 2010 national championship. You know, shit, Gordon Hayward almost made that shot. Um, St. Peter's last year, their run, which was fucking incredible. I couldn't believe that shit. I still can't. Fuck. Oh, I was hitting the volume button on my headset, so I guess you can still hear me fine, but I wouldn't have been able to hear shit if I fucking tried to. But let me go ahead and see here what time. I think the Chargers play first on Sunday or Saturday. Chargers play first. I think the Niners come second because they play Seattle, and then Tampa plays Monday. Who the fuck plays Sunday? I'm guessing Buffalo and Miami, and was it Minnesota, New York? I think. But we'll see. This is going to be, I think, a good playoffs. I think with all sports this year, shit, for the most part, I can't really. I mean, every sport just about. I mean, baseball, you had the Astros, when they really came on last 4 months of the season, obviously we're the best team. But, for the most part, sports have been, we don't know who's going to win this year. I mean, fucking NBA is wide open. You know what I'm saying? Like a team like Denver is just, at this point, a team like Denver is looking like, why can't we be that team? Because when you get into playoffs, it's all about matchups as long as you have your guys healthy. Does Dallas cause some matchup problems? Yeah, I guess a little bit. Luca's the ultimate matchup problem. They don't, I don't think, really have the threats that you need. Brunson, doesn't create too much matchup. I would just not confusion, but there's it's not going to be who do we put on this guy. It's going to be a matter of stopping him. I think Dallas can put up a little bit of a fight, but I don't see unless Luca. I mean, Luca's ridiculous. Like he could very well just fucking win the shit by himself, but I don't see them without unless something he does something fucking otherworldly. Um, that I don't see. Uh, them fucking beating anybody or being, really contending. They're not making the conference finals again. Luca carried them last year. They played well against Phoenix. I don't really know what else to say as Georgia kicks off to TCU. Looks like we're going to another fucking commercial. And it's 24-7 Georgia in the national championship, 8-27. And you know what, man? Like another thing about doing this is I just like doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't say like passion. I don't like when it's my passion. It burns inside of me and shit like that. But no, it's something I enjoy doing. So 2 viewers or 2,000 viewers, which would be very nice. It's just something that I enjoy doing. Talking sports. Like I said, I used to do this as a kid, and now it's with my brother. So just really enjoy doing it. Really, really enjoy doing it actually. It makes me very you know, I say it makes me very happy, but it makes me very fulfilled doing the announcing and stuff like that just because it's just something that like when I'm watching fucking sports, I'm thinking about the shit in my head. No, I'm not thinking about it fucking play for play, but it's just everything's coming to you. And then when you can actually, verbalize it, hopefully it gets to the point where enough people can see it, then it really becomes a lot of fun. Especially, I'm looking forward to probably doing a little bit more basketball as well. Get on here with, you know, hopefully build a little bit of a community. I've seen some people doing it. And I just, do my best. Again, this is kind of a whim thing. Shit, if I'm able to really, oh shit, did it freeze? Oh, I mean, it's on commercial anyway, but it's on a little bit of a whim thing. But if we end up getting a little bit of a community, then that'd be cool as well. I end up deleting this video just because of how shitty it is. I didn't really put no time into it, but I felt like, and I think I've done a decent job so far, with the exception of, when it is it fucking freezing? No, it's not. Fuck that. Gotta go over here. The fuck? Well, I'll figure it out, fellas. Just hang tight. It shouldn't be too long, and we're back. Okay, see, they weren't gonna let that shit happen in the national championship game. They have people working on motherfucking around the clock. But give me just a second. Again, timeout. I think it's about 8 minutes left. Georgia is down, or sorry, winning by 17 points against TCU. So give me 1 second. One moment. I've been desperately. I gotta go get another water bottle at halftime. I've been definitely trying to get water out of this motherfucker. I could barely talk. I shouldn't have smoked. So it's third down for TCU, and it looks like it's gonna be a flag. Can't tell where this one's coming from. I'm guessing it was delayed because I stepped away for a split second and I came back and they were already playing the game. Maybe I guess teach me a fucking lesson next time to turn the screen, and it looks like it's freezing again. There we go. Okay, we're cool now. Again, if I really start, this is the only sport. Because there's so much traffic. There's two servers and it's still kind of crashing. So, um, okay, cool. Everything is right with the stream. Okay, 37 for TCU. It's going to be at their 23-yard line. 6:46 to go in the third quarter. Max Duggan's going to drop back, and he came in there like a ninja. Throws it up top, and it's picked off by Georgia. Wow, ball game. I shouldn't say ball game. That's very unprofessional. I mean, not necessarily supposed to be objective. I'm just a guy on YouTube doing it. But this game isn't over. But Georgia just intercepted it, and they're winning 24-7. And it's about 6 minutes left in the first half. So, dug in here. As they're showing the play here on the screen. Yeah, when I said the guy flew in like a ninja, I think it made him. Looks like number 10. I couldn't really tell to see it again, but he came in so fast he didn't hit him, but he kind of made Duggan take a few steps in the other direction, which I don't know if it messed up his throw. I don't. It might not have messed up his throw, but it looked like he could have benefited from more time there. Obviously, Georgia fans very excited. 5:50. Sorry, 6:34 to go in the second quarter. It is 5:50 Pacific time. First and 10. TCU is going to not be able to stop Brock Bowers from getting a first down. This guy. Let me go and see where he's projected to go next year. This dude is a tank. I like him. I like the dude from who's the fucking guy we had to worry about from Utah? Oh, Dalton Kincaid. He killed us the first game. I have to go back and look at the stats. He had like 15 receptions for like 250. It was crazy. He balled out on us again. We lost 2 games to Utah, man. I don't know if we would have beat any of these teams. I know we lost to Tulane. So you can make the argument we wouldn't have, but 44-yard line for Georgia, 1st and 10, 5:55 to go in first half. Bennett's going to be out of the shotgun, one man to his right side, and he is going to hand the ball off, and he's going to get to about the 50, about the 47-yard line. It's going to be about a yard shy of where he needed to be to get that first down. Once again, it is going to be Kenny McIntosh. And TCU is over there getting fired up. They say we didn't come all the way this way to lose by 50. We're only gonna lose by 40, so we gotta tighten this shit up because they're just getting fucking smacked around right now. Um, again, Duggan just threw that interception. Georgia's about to get another first down. It's not looking good for TCU. Oh, good stop there by TCU. Did I speak too soon? Big number 91 there to make the tackle for the Frogs. Tymon Mitchell from Nashville, Tennessee. He is a junior coming in and making the stop. So it's going to be 3rd and 1 for Georgia. Bennett out of the shotgun. He's going to hand it off up the middle. Ooh, no, he's going to throw it out to the left side. He's got it just enough for the first down. So he gets a first down there, and Georgia continues to move the ball. That's got to be demoralizing. You're able to get, an impressive penetration on the run. And then Georgia's just able to dump it out over there for the first down and, kill that defensive momentum, and now you let Georgia, who got the ball at the fucking beginning of the game. That's a great thing about YouTube. I kind of mix a bit of cursing in with trying to really be professional. I think it was, I don't know, I came in a bit late. Was it Duggan? No, it was Bennett because I said something about him being old as fucking stone or some shit. Yeah. So I think TCU gets the ball in the second half. So Bennett is going to give it for he looked like he was gonna wumble, bumble, stumble, fumble his way to the end zone. And hold on, there's a flag on the stream. There's not actually a flag on the play, but the stream fucked up. But yeah, so Georgia gets a first down to about the 30-yard line. See if they can go ahead and punch this one in for 6 points. 24-7 first down for Georgia. 3:52 to go in the first quarter. Imagine if Georgia pushes it out to 31-7 in the first quarter. Oh, yeah, he was wumbling, bumbling, stumbling, like what did Chris Berman used to say? What? Yeah, no. So it's the 31-yard line of TCU for Georgia, 1st and 10, 3:30 to go in the first half. It's going to be a handoff once again. Oh, and he's going to get about 5 yards on the play. Thought he was going to bust at least the first down once again, going to McIntosh, the 6'1", 210 senior. And there's going to be a flag. It looks like going to be something on Georgia. I didn't see what that was. Holding on Georgia. So the Dogs once again getting a rolled up newspaper on the snout. And he held that guy. I mean, I don't know. Is there a penalty such as throwing? Because he grabbed him and threw him. Anyway, 3:20 to go in the first half. 1st and 20 for the Dogs. TCU trying to keep them out of the end zone. At least keep them out of the end zone. At least you want to keep them off the board, but don't let them get 6. Ooh, that shit had to be helmet's fucking helmet. Unless he just so okay. Edwards is gonna get about 4 yards on the play. Unless I'm tripping. The fuck? Wait. What? Oh, okay. So it wasn't just me. Everybody's sound is tripping. So Georgia has 129 yards on the ground to TCU's 25, 2nd and 15 for the Dogs at the 36 of the Frogs. Bennett's going to be back to pass. He has plenty of time. Launches it deep. Is it? Nope. McConkey was out of bounds. I don't. Let's see the replay. I don't. That was fast, so it was kind of hard to tell. He's way out of bounds, so it's gonna be third and 15 for Georgia. He was close from the angle I saw. It looked different, but he was whole foot was over the line, and so Georgia 3rd and 15. Let's see if they can push the lead out here. 24-7. They are smacking the dog shit out of TCU right now. God, I need a better camera. This shit's fucking ass. I look like I'm about to be abducted by aliens or some shit. 3rd and 15. Bending on the 36 of the Frogs. And what the fuck? Ah, these damn streams. There's rarely a severe lag like this. I even for the national championship, I didn't anticipate this. Don't have too many people on here. Wouldn't say this necessarily serving as a test stream, but just for overall quality of the game commentary is one of the reasons, I'm doing it. See, just get a bit of feedback. But again, if I was to do like an NBA regular season game, there wouldn't be too much issue with it because those don't really lag like that. If I really get into it, definitely gonna get cable. I don't really have a need to get cable. I work to the point where I don't really have the time. I wouldn't really have time to necessarily sit down and watch too much and go to school too much basketball enough to get cable for it. But if I start doing this, then I'll definitely try that because I definitely want to start doing this. Very large sports community out there. Our group, our Facebook group, Mixed Reactions, is a where you can actually, it's three of us, me, Sean Gardner, Casey Merritt. We started that shit. Oh, that's a lot better. Uh, we started that shit in like 2015, like no, like 2017, something like that. And we were doing a podcast. We had a bit of schedule conflicts. You know what I'm saying? They both live on the East Coast. I live on the West Coast. Things like that. So we were never able to get it off the ground. But every time we did do the podcast, we definitely had a lot of fun. Um, you know what I'm saying? Doing it. So, definitely look forward to trying to do that again. Gonna hopefully enjoy this as much as possible. We'll see how much you know, hopefully I get a little something going, man. Just get it, get a little community because that's the big thing. It's just, being able to talk the basketball or sports or football or whatever it is, just it's a hobby, I guess. You know, it is definitely, sports or something I consider I watch Law and Order and shit. I mean, I will watch like FBI files. I almost got away with it. That's probably one of my favorite shows ever. I'll watch other shit, but not like sports. I mean, I've spent like I can't count how many full fucking days I spent just watching like basketball, or football. Normally betting. Like normally when I spend the entire day, like from when the fuck to the morning games start in college basketball like 9 a.m. or college football like 9 a.m. And then the Hawaii game if they play ends at like fucking because they don't start till like 8:50 Pacific. So the Hawaii game and then the East Coast people have it bad. Like I'm just blabbering. But the East Coast people, I mean, Hawaii doesn't start for you guys till like 11:30 something. So Hawaii don't end till like 1:30. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, sometimes a lot of times it would be gambling up, but a lot of the times too would just be like, bro, I just want to watch some sports. I want to watch live sports. Something about watching something that's going on in the moment. You know, and it's gonna be a toss to the left side. He's gonna gotta keep swallowing because fuck, I need to get some more water. I'm gonna probably get some here at halftime. But nah, it looks like he's gonna get to about the 5 yard line for the dogs. Dog. Always everybody's seen that video where he just says dog the whole time. It's pretty funny. But yeah, George is up 24-7. The fucking Oculus, the little video board thing they have at SoFi is incredible. I want to go there. I think I'm not even being biased. I think we have the coolest stadium in the world. But that's a story for a different day. So 2nd and 3, Georgia really tried to put the knives in TCU's throat, and he's gonna get to about the 1, almost into the end zone there, and Georgia is knocking on the door. so much that it could be considered trespassing. Again, he looks like he's about on the one. I guess it would be spot of the ball whenever his knee went down. So yeah, it looks like about the 1 yard line. Who's calling timeout? So TCU is going to call timeout. Looks like there's a minute 18 to go. Half number one. SoFi Stadium packed to the brim, and it is 24-7. Georgia fucking national championship game is turning out to be absolute dog shit. But let's see what you know. Hopefully, I can turn this shit around, man. I really didn't want to stay. Do I'm enjoying doing this shit to stream, but I really want to see a fucking ball game. Like they're straight up getting their ass smacked right now. 24-7. Georgia is killing them. Uh, again, timeout. Georgia is going to try to punch it in here, and I don't really think they're going to have too much of an issue. They've looked like for the most part they've been able to impose their physicality when it matters against TCU in this game, and I don't really see any of this being different. Technical issues on my end with my stream, so it'll be just a second, but yeah, I don't really, I don't really think there's ever a time in my mind where I doubted Georgia was really gonna, I mean, you can never count out like the Alabamas, the Ohio States, because the way I see it, like those teams are just as good as like Georgia. Like you know what I'm saying? Like they're all on the same tier. And I think a good example would be like I think you could use Tennessee because Tennessee plays so good, but like Arkansas. Arkansas is not. They play good, but just watching them play against Alabama and Tennessee played against I'm not shit. Tennessee might be a bad example. No, I guess Tennessee will be one of those teams this year. The point I'm trying to make is like normally those top like three teams at the top of college football, like they're all interchangeable. Like you know what I'm saying? Like ain't nobody gonna be fucking shocked if Ohio State came out this year and won. It's not gonna be. I mean, it's not gonna be the greatest story ever told. Same thing if Alabama or I don't fucking know. Uh, like Oklahoma back when they were good, same premise. You know what I'm saying? But Georgia, being in the Southeast, it really become the next powerhouse of college football. They have I don't know how long of a drive Athens is from Atlanta, um, but I do know for the most part, unless I'm mistaken, like I think I know Georgia Tech is in Atlanta, so I don't know how much of the state reps the dogs, but just seeing videos, it does look like Georgia's pretty well represented. I went to watch the 2017 playoff at the fucking what was it? The MGM Grand, I think, or yeah, MGM in Mandalay. And there was a shitload of Georgia fans. Like there was Georgia fans everywhere. My kid's mom, um, her her dad is a huge Georgia fan. My dad's an Alabama fan. You know, I'm a USC fan. I grew up, Cali. So let's see if we can go ahead and punch the shit in Georgia. Get this motherfucker over with. Yeah, he's in. It's a wrap. It's 30-7, pinning the extra point, make it 31-7. Georgia is just they're just putting it on them. Kendall Milton with a 1 yard rushing touchdown. Again, I think Georgia got the ball, or I think TCU got the ball to start the game, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Georgia is just they're you know going right at them. They're not afraid. Um, you know, what might happen if they run the ball a few times in a row. TCU has shown no resistance to Georgia being able to move the ball with the flow. That's what Georgia's been doing. They've really just been able to get down the field. 31 points in the first half in the national championship. Uh, we're gonna see what's gonna happen in the second half. TCU, shit. One thing about an offense that's champion, the one thing about an offense that's good enough to get to the national championship game is that offense is good enough just coming back and strike back. And for TCU, big thing here is you've got to score before the half. Score before the half. Again, I think no, no, it was Georgia because I made a joke about his age. So Georgia gets the ball, or TCU gets the ball beginning of the second half. So score here, 31-14. Come out quick second half, 31-21. Now it's 10, and now you put pressure on them. But 31-7 seems very insurmountable against a team that they haven't even shown any signs uh, of even giving them a challenge. I don't see them having a realistic chance in this game, being uh, being the reality for too much longer, uh, because they're just smacking the shit out of them. TCU Johnston, who I've loved since the first game of the season, watching him play against Colorado. But you have a big tall guy like that. Oh, and yeah, he's not gonna bounce that shit. So he's gonna return it to about 20. But yeah, if you have a guy like Johnston, he's big, he's strong. I like him. I mean, one of my more football savvy people could correct me, but I think he plays more like a Julio. He's big, but he's skinny and he's physical. Not skinny. I don't think really necessarily any football player is skinny. I mean, well, you can't, but whatever. But he's not like he not stocky. Like he has a thinner build. But he's physical and he's good. He's fast. Like I like Quinn Johnston from the Horned Frogs. So here we go. Minute 12 left in the first half. TCU has 2 timeouts. Duggan drops back. They better get rid of it. Complete. They only get a yard. Tick, 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 tick. A minute left in the first half. Second down for the Frogs. As Stetson Bennett getting air. God, if that's not going to make the fucking age jokes bad, I don't know what will. Here we go. Duggan is going to get sacked. Big number 99 in there. Duggan goes down. Bear Alexander, 6'3", 305 freshman, coming in there and making the play. And now if you're Georgia, you have 2 timeouts as well. Do you want to use those and try to get the ball back? And that's what they're going to do. 41 seconds. So you get another stop here. You have TCU at their, how are they, like their 20, something like that right now. And you stop them again, you get a punt, you get a good play. Now you're in field goal range. Now you go up 34-7 at halftime in the championship of college football. Um, you know, shit. When the fuck is the last time we saw? I mean, not in the champ. I gotta really be careful with my language. I know it's cool to, curse on YouTube. I'm really trying. But I mean, in a national championship game to be this much of an ass kicking, I don't. I mean, has it happened since USC Oklahoma? In a national championship for it to be this much of a blowout if they score again 34-7, because I don't think we've seen one since that, unless Alabama Notre Dame, but I mean I don't think so. Here we go, Duggan back to pass 3rd and 18. He picked that shit off, bro. They are whooping their ass, 31-7, and Georgia interception. TCU fans covering their ears. And this guy's been the heart and soul of their team. He's celebrating with his boys. They're trying to go up now 38-7. We didn't think 34-7 was too realistic. Now they can go up 38-7 before the break. Nolan Smith just going crazy with his team. Interception. TCU is now going to have the ball in Frog territory. Under 40 seconds left. And this, you talk about TCU, they couldn't handle the moment. And there's gonna be a lot of those things we found out they weren't good enough. But how about Georgia? Like I talked about earlier, making those championship plays, 1st and 10 for the Dogs on the 22-yard line of the Frogs. Bennett's gonna drop back. He's gonna fire, and are we gonna see a flag? No. Good defense by number 26. He makes a big defensive play. Now we're gonna get 2nd and 10. Bennett makes a pass right across the middle. He gets in there, breaks it up. Good defense, good tracking of the ball. You know, keeps the game from going from ugly to what the hell's going on. and 31-7, second and 10. It's going to be on the 22-yard line of TCU. Bennett's going to drop back to pass. Throwing it deep. Who has it? It's a jump ball. Touchdown, Georgia. Mitchell. And this shit is getting out of hand. Onai Mitchell, 6'4" sophomore, and he goes up and snags that one. And if honestly you see me kind of struggle with these names, like I do watch college football, but I don't watch it as much as like college basketball, even or NBA. But yeah, Donai Mitchell going up and snagging that one, going right over the DB's head. He gets it. Georgia can start to pop the champagne. People in the fucking chat that I'm in, this is insane. No, why did you not know Georgia could absolutely smash them like this? It was definitely a possibility. And, they're showing why they're the fucking best team in the country. Like, one can only wish that we get a run from TCU in the second half. That would be awesome. But it's not gonna fucking happen. It's 37-7, pending the PAT for the dogs, and they can start to pop the champagne. They're gonna be the first to repeat national champions in 10 years. 10 years ago is when Alabama finished off their second one of Notre Dame. And here we go. The extra point is good for the Frogs, or sorry, for Bulldogs, and it's gonna be 38-7. 26 seconds to go in the first half. And I'm probably gonna get some water here at halftime because my voice sounds like shit. Nobody wants to hear me when I sound like a robot. But again, TCU down 38-7. Really nice play here. Bennett just, beautiful pass, like beautiful pass. Beautiful job by Mitchell knowing exactly where to be because he has the DB there, just seeing the ball through the whole way really makes a big time play, you know. And again, when it comes to games like this, I think a lot of the times in big games, when you see teams start to make championship plays, even great teams, early of the season, middle of the season, so maybe some of their playoff games they struggle, they don't play up to their potential, but in the championship you start to see championship caliber plays, guys really making winning plays, and that's what Georgia's doing. They're making winning plays on both sides of the ball. Shit, if I was TCU, I'd just take the ball. I wave the white flag in this first half. I'm just gonna figure that shit out in the locker room. We're gonna and he's gonna take it to about the 25. But yeah, no, I'm just taking a knee here. I'm not risking them doing some more Deion Sanders high stepping, picking. They didn't high step, but taking it off on me. I'm just taking the game into halftime, and I mean, sucks for down by 31. What strategizing can you do but down by 31? But God forbid, Duggan drop back to pass and throw a pick or fumble or something catastrophic happens. So just get the game to halftime, make your adjustments, do your best in the second half. That's all you can do is your best. You know, the old fifth grade keep trying speech. But that's all they could do. They're down 38-7. They can't change the position they're in. All they could do is really, see what they could do against Georgia. Personally, I would just throw caution to the wind. I would just, let Duggan air it out. DeMercado, he hasn't looked too bad in this game at all. But I would just let Duggan air it out, and just go from there. I mean, well, shit. At this point, you don't really have much other option. I mean, you're down by 31 points. Second half's about to come up. Yeah, I'm pretty sure TCU is going to get the ball to start the second half. But Georgia is just wiping the beautiful glass of SoFi Stadium with the Frogs right now. You know, we don't want to see games like this in the national championship, but it is what it is, man. I mean, shit. Sometimes, like when it gets to games like this, like you see teams like Georgia that are so good, it almost becomes like, fuck, I want to watch this and see how much they score. So hopefully, if nothing else, this becomes one of those games to where you just want to see them just because this is a championship performance. They are beating the shit out of TCU. We're gonna see when we go to halftime what adjustments they make, and they're really going out of shotgun, bro. Just take a knee, just put yourself out of your misery. 21 seconds left in the first half. Don't do no dumb shit. And Duggan's gonna be out of shotgun. Handoff up the middle, DeMercado. No, sorry, that's not DeMarcado. But they're just gonna let the clock run. I don't really like. Did you think you were gonna bust one? So now TCU's no huddling to the line of scrimmage. What the fuck? If you were just gonna run another play, why did you just take a knee? And here we go again, another useless run, and we're gonna get to halftime here in the national championship game. And if you're just joining, TCU is getting absolutely dog walked. It is 38-7. Georgia is going to receive the second half kickoff. So I was mistaken. So yeah, this shit could easily get to like 63. I don't see much way that TCU is going to be able to provide any resistance. You first thing though for TCU, you can't forget this. You have to stop them when you come out in the second half. If you don't, and they go up by God forbid 38, it's 31-point game. I mean, shit. What the Michigan State, I don't feel like Googling it, but Michigan State had a really big comeback. They beat Northwestern. I think it was like 34 points. Sean can tell you. He watches the game like every year. Um, but they had a huge comeback. This would have to be of, we never see comebacks like this, period. We're not going to see the number one team in the country fucking below this. Like, I don't, let me, or what, I was gonna check the live spread earlier, but I never did. So let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and check the spread of this game. Might as well turn on fucking basketball. Keep doing the stream, but again, because I do enjoy doing it, but um, this game is just, it's you don't want to see championship games like this. You want to see a good game. You know, I mean, shit. I mean, how many I should have got a poll for this. It's actually a really interesting question. Is TCU really better than Michigan? I think they caught Michigan by surprise. Are they better? That's tough. If they're really to say if they're really better than Michigan, because they came out, they just played their fucking ass off. But and that's the thing about football. Football, the best team normally does win. I think Michigan's probably better than TCU. I think TCU's, played a really good game. They played the best game they possibly could. I mean, they did a lot. They did some things wrong, but they played a really good game, and but Michigan's better. Michigan and Georgia would have been going at each other's throats. Like I don't. It wouldn't have been no 38-7 at halftime. For the national championship, like it, Michigan's not going out like that. And I was kind of glad. I'm not normally a huge Ohio State fan. I actually just like them. Like, especially, like, I mean, shit, since the time I started watching college football, they've really been, like, always top four every year. Um, if not top three or top two. But I was actually kind of rooting for them because I think that they got disrespected a lot after one loss to Michigan. I mean, I guess rightfully so. Michigan did kind of beat them down pretty badly, especially in the second half. But Ohio State is good. They showed they were good against Georgia. I was kind of hoping they would pull it off to just kind of shove that shit back up everybody that was like, I'm not even an Ohio State fan, but they were getting a lot of criticism after they lost to Michigan, especially the way they did at home. Ohio State teams don't lose at home to Michigan. That was the first home win or road win in the big house since that was like '07 or something like that, like 2010, something crazy like that. So Ohio State doesn't lose those games to Michigan, not in the big house, especially. Um, now so that took me by surprise. But I wasn't really. I counted TCU out of this game for the most part from the beginning, and it's kind of shown why. But you know, I did count them. Or wait, no, sorry, I didn't count them out against Michigan. I did think that they had a puncher's chance. I wasn't going to be super shocked if they won that game. TCU's not winning this game. This is one of those, you know, how you had a good season. Now we're just going to embarrass you in front of the entire country. That's pretty much just all this is. TCU really good season though. All jokes aside. Only losing that one game prior to, excuse me, was probably going to be two tonight when they lost Kansas State.
Coming on that rushing the kicker on the field against Baylor. Um, so when as time expired with a field goal, uh, you know, going into Texas, shit, TCU was the underdog in that game. And they came in there and beat Texas. We're night game in Austin. TCU definitely deserves to be here. I crack these jokes because I think when a team is getting their ass kicked like this, it's just funny to just make poke fun at it. But no, TCU's had an incredible year. Max Duggan's had an incredible season. Quentin Johnston, I love watching play. Probably one of my favorite players to watch, just because he's just so he's like a tall, skinny, tough dude. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I like him. He's really physical. You know what I'm saying? This expansion thing, man, I can't wait. Like, now I did read something earlier that said they're not going to do anything with the regular season. They're not going to change any of that. So I'm assuming that means they're not going to cut any games, which in turn means when the hell does the championship happen? Because don't get me wrong, I love college football, but there's a point where NFL is needs to be the dog. There's a point where the NFL is, this is big boy time. This is, about to be February. We're about to go into the Super Bowl, where congratulations on your little college game. There's 500 million people watching this game. So I don't really see how. I'll have to look at more info, but that's what I saw, that they don't have any plans to uh, do anything with the regular season schedule. So that means regular season conference championship games remain the same, no games removed. Excuse me, nothing like that. So now when we get, excuse me, to the playoff, we are going to, it's going to be going back pretty far. So I think that's going to be a big obstacle to get through. Um, but it's going to be pretty exciting. Seeing true do or die games at home locations. That's gonna be pretty. A campus location is gonna be pretty cool. We see these games all the time. Neutral sites, which are cool. I think some neutral sites. It's pretty cool getting both fans in there. But seeing I mean, shit. Imagine going into Tiger Stadium in LSU and it's a Saturday night and you lose, your season's done. Like, fuck, that's just gonna be loud. Like, it's gonna be cool. That's the one thing I'm really looking forward to. Now, the one thing though is, and I think you get this a little bit with, trying to think of sports as a good example. Um, I guess like, the NBA playing would be a really good comparison, because like you have who was it last year? I mean, the Pelicans didn't get their ass kicked, so that's a bad example. But pretty much those 9 to 10 games, those whatever, those games with the teams that are just clawing their way back up, those with those games, it's just essentially like we're just gonna see um who wins this game, and whoever wins is gonna get their ass kicked by team A, who's won 89% of their games next round. You know what I'm saying? So it definitely creates a point where it's like, bro, I know Virginia Tech and Wake Forest, or Virginia Tech and Rutgers, are playing a good game. It's exciting, but they're gonna get their fucking ass beat by Ohio State next week. So that's what I'm kind of afraid that it's gonna turn into a little bit. You know, Hopefully the first couple of years we get some big upsets. That way, if it just becomes a few years later where it's favorites winning all the time, at least we'll know. I mean, 'cause it's obviously possible. But at the same time, you put the 12th best team in the country. Like, who was 12? Tulane? No. But you put like a team like that against Georgia in a game that is a do or die for both teams. Georgia's winning that like 50-0. So we're gonna hopefully there's enough parity to where
the discrepancies, but not discrepancies, the talent differential between the first and second team, the first team and like the 12th team is, not not so obvious to the point where it's like, yeah, I don't even want to watch this. But again, halftime 38-7, Georgia is killing TCU national championship game 2023 live stream first one about an hour 40 into it. Going pretty decent so far. I've been kind of bullshitting a little bit more than I should have, but it's again just trying to get something out there. I should have probably moved this to my room because I'll be having loud ass planes and shit fly over, but we'll see. But we'll see what TCU come out with, man. If I'm TCU and I come out, I'm fucking coming out. Shit, I'm going big. Like I'm going big if I'm TCU, and I'm coming. Fuck me, and I don't have access to this shit, man. Fuck this shit. Sorry. Where's my chat? Audience. Is this for kids? Fuck no. At this point, fuck no. I set that shit earlier when I was setting it up, but nah, this ain't for no goddamn kids. Restrictions? No, it is not made for kids. Do not want this shit to get taken down. I mean, what kid though is gonna accidentally type in college football play by play with no video? Like, is no, it's not made for kids. Age restriction. Chat. Fuck. Where? So I can't chat? Let me see this shit. Oh, no, it's not made for kids. That's why. So there was no stream or there was no fucking. So where's the fucking chat then? Because I just took it off and it said I can't do it on streams that are made for kids. So I guess that's where I fucked up the first time. Hey, chat. Where's my chat? Oh, it wouldn't let me turn it on last time. Okay, so I know it's not gonna be made available for kids. I don't want no kids to watch my thing, but how the fuck do I? Oh, comments. Fuck. Whatever. I'll figure that shit out next time. No, fuck that. I gotta get it. Damn. How the fuck? Choose a broadcast type for your stream, webcam, visibility, public. Yeah, so what the fuck? Here we go. I gotta get some water. Shit. This shit not easy. Allow automatic places, allow. Yeah, what the fuck? Customization. Yeah, it's all saved. That's what the fuck I'm saying. Cadillac, AODs, Pomona, California. Demo. Where the All right, hold on. We're still at halftime. I'll be right back. I'm gonna go smoke. Again, TCU is winning 38-7. We'll be right back for this commercial break after my smoke break, and then we get back to the game. Be right back. Thanks everybody who did support. Who is supporting. And I will be right back going to cover this boring ass second half. I was really hoping to not be able to bullshit like this because when I start fucking rambling, it's a wrap. And it's at the point where it looks like it's about to be story time for the rest of the game because this shit's, I really hope they come back, man. I really do. I'll be back, everybody. Oh, shit, man.
just chilling? Will you use the restroom? Okay. So just an update. We are probably about 5 minutes away from the second half. 38-7 Georgia at halftime. So as we're waiting for the second half, I just want to bring up one of our sponsors. No, I'm just playing. I don't got no sponsors. Second half, coming right up. Okay, I'm pretty confident if this was a closer game, I'd have at least two people in here. Yes, this is what life at the bottom feels like. It's gotta start somewhere. Gonna do the Warriors game tomorrow as well, so guess what you gotta just do. Nobody in here, you gotta just dug it out, finish it out. You know what I'm saying? Just get through, get to the next one. Um, you know, good start, first half, TCU. Or oh shit, I really hope the one person who came in wasn't a TCU fan. Like, oh no, you guys are getting your ass whooped. It's 38-7 at halftime. You guys and Georgia is actually going to get the football. It looks like we're actually going to come out still halftime. I mean, I don't. This isn't the fucking Super Bowl now. Come on. What the fuck? Oh my god, this is lame ass halftime show. It's not really funny to have a light. The fuck is this? I'm high. If you guys could see it, I'm high. Is this fucking? Is it the halftime show? The fuck is this? So, oh my god, it was a commercial. Wait. So it was like an effect on the field. It was like a Mercedes driving on like a fucking track. I didn't know if it was part of the halftime show or it was like a fucking it was a commercial, but I don't know how some commercials I don't fucking know. That shit was weird. Damn, that's a beautiful stadium, man. That's the fucking seating at the top of SoFi is so steep, man. Like, don't go there and get into a fight. You get your ass pushed down the fucking thing and fall. So, be right back. Second half about to start. Here we go. First and 10, Georgia. Beginning of the second half, they got the ball after a touchback. He's going to get about 5. Stetson Bennett tonight, 13 and 17 for 213 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's through the air. He obviously ran for one as well. And the 85th year senior lines up at a shotgun. And he's going to go ahead and hand it off to the running back, and he is going to be stopped about a yard ahead of the line of scrimmage. It's going to be third down. So Georgia not really worried about too much. Up 31 points in the national championship game. 14:03 to go here in LA, here in Inglewood. 3rd and 3. TCU, a stop here would be huge for the Horned Frogs. Not necessarily say huge. They kind of need us. They need everything at this point. They need to get every break to even have a prayer of winning this game. Bennett drops back the pass across the middle, deflected. Ooh, that would have been a big chance for TCU. I thought it looked like it came up a little higher in the air. So big stop there for TCU. And Georgia's going to have to come into punt as we start the second half. So, you're down by 31 points and beautiful defense there. You're down by 31 points. You come out second half, first 7 minutes, really, send a statement if you're TCU. Let's go. We're about to get the ball back. Quick score. Stop. Get the ball back. Quick score. You know, it's still very unlikely, but the there's a flag on the punt. Not sure what that's gonna be. Not sure where that I didn't see where that flag came in from. Um not sure. Hopefully for TCU, this is against Georgia, or it's at least a block in the back on the return because if they ran into the kicker, that's a first down for the Dogs. Excuse me. Looks like it's going to be a holding against TCU on the return, so they're going to keep the ball. They just be moved back from the spot they would have originally been. So, um, yeah, TCU in this game really shooting themselves in the foot. Let's see if they could come out here and get a big play. Let's at least get a touchdown. Shit. I mean, do you start onside? I wouldn't start onside kicking because onside kick. And then a field goal makes it 27. So you got to kick the ball deep. You got to just football's a two. You have two sides of the ball. You have to. Your defense has to step up. You can't just keep or you can't just get around your defense having to play. So Duggan's going to start out from the 10. We're going to have 13:30 to go in the third quarter of the national championships. Shotgun snap. He's going to hand it to DeMercado, who's going to get back to the line of scrimmage. So good play there from the Georgia rush. Stackhouse was in there helping. And we have 13 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 2nd and 9 for the Frogs. Let's see what TCU can do. Duggan out of the shotgun with DeMercado to his right. He throws it out, and he gets about 4 yards to Wiley, the 14. 3rd and 6 coming for TCU. I guess you're even in 4-down territory here. Down by 31 points. What do you really have to lose if you go for it on what's probably, if they don't get it here, be about 4th and 3, 4th and between 4th and 3 and 4th and 5, probably somewhere around that area. So that'll all be avoided if they can get it here. So let's see, Duggan in the shotgun takes the snap. Georgia's going to rush 5, looks over the middle, passes long intended for Quentin Johnston, and so it's going to be 4th and 5 again. Decision time here for Sonny Dykes. Do you go for it, or do you just punt the ball, play the field position game? You know what? Thinking about it now, and even though a second ago I was thinking about going for it, Georgia's too hot offensively. It might just be better to punt. So they're going to punt the ball, and it's going to be 4th down for TCU, 4th and 5 from deep in their own territory at their own 15. And so it's going to hang up, and there's going to be a fair catch at the 45 by Georgia. So TCU down 38-7 here playing for college football's ultimate prize. Stetson Bennett balling out so far. Again, Georgia is just clicking on all cylinders. TCU comes out second half, they get a stop. Georgia gets a stop right back. That's how you do it if you're a great team. Your offense can't do anything, your defense picks up the slack. If Georgia's defense can't do anything, which in this game hasn't been the case, their offense would have to pick up the slack. So Georgia is just not, they're bending in some sense, and that they're not extending the lead on TCU, but they're not breaking it. They're not letting TCU cut into their lead. Let's see if Georgia can march right back down the field, score 45-7, light the cigars. It's ball game at that point. And people joke again about Stetson Bennett, but 2-time national champion. And I said this to somebody the other day. At this point, like 29, I probably wouldn't go back and play. But you're playing in front of hundreds of thousands of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, and he's still within his eligibility. It's not like he went, like, the dude. There's a story of there's a couple people that went back to like college, because they still had eligibility. They're fucking 37. No, like he's 25. Like, he's a little older than everybody else. He's a grown ass man. Like, he barely became a grown ass man. Like, leave him alone. Let him play football. This is it. If he's one of those guys that just, we have to do a Favre watch on him for seeing if he's going to stay in college, then we could have a different conversation. But he's got 1 year left. Let's just see. He's going to be a 2-time national champion, winning quarterback if they can pull it off. So, give me one moment. Again, it's a timeout. Georgia's about to get the ball back, or it's commercial. Sorry, Georgia's about to get the ball back. Here we go. So Georgia takes over their own 45-yard line. 12:14 to go. Third quarter. I guess Minnesota. And Bowers, big play around the right side. He gets to about the 25. So Brock Bowers goes up the right sideline for about to the 25-yard line, and Georgia once again threatening. So nice play fake, and Bowers just beats everybody to the right. Is able to escape one guy, escape two guys, and get all the way to about the 27. And there's gonna be a handoff right up the gut. So TCU when they get the ball back, it's got to be all out desperation. They've got to start heaving it. You know, they've just got to go down, start taking chances. Go long. What do you have to lose? You're already getting your ass kicked. So are they not calling a face mask? That was a pretty blatant face mask against TCU. It looks like everybody here in this chat is in the chat that I'm where I'm watching the game has completely turned this game off. Is only talking about basketball. This is a complete ass whooping. So 38-7 Georgia. Bennett back to pass. Over the middle, dropped. So Edwards can't come up with it, and now Georgia 3rd and 5. It would be a moral victory for TCU, I guess, if they can hold Georgia to a field goal. But 20, sorry, not a 24-point game. That would be a 34-point game if Georgia can score here. So it's really over at this point. I hate to be that guy, but it's there's not really any chance for TCU. Here comes Bennett with Edwards next to him in the backfield, throws it up. Is that McConkey? Yeah. McConkey again, touchdown Georgia. And the dogs are dogging the frogs. In LA and Bennett. So no, sorry, that wasn't McConkey. I thought it was. And so Brock Bowers goes up, snags a touchdown. And now Georgia fans can start to celebrate a little bit. And the extra point is good for Georgia. So they open it up against TCU. Bowers goes up top on a pass from Bennett, 45-7. And Georgia is about was it like 10 minutes left in the quarter? No, like 7 minutes left in the quarter. Georgia's like 23 minutes away from winning a national championship. So we'll see if they can hold it together. They've played good up to this point. I mean, I shouldn't say good. They've played a phenomenal. And let's see if they can hang 60 on them. People really thought this spread was bullshit. Like, people. Okay, there we go. I thought I heard an echo. But yeah, no, people really thought this spread was bullshit when they announced it. So we'll see. Fucking, 13.5 is too much. Yeah, now they're down by 38 points in the middle of the third quarter. So, you know, kind of cruise through my first stream. Not cruise through. You know what I'm saying? That's probably the bad thing. So I'd rather be focused play by play. So let's see what they come out with here out of the no. Like it's just like yeah, they're getting their ass kicked. There's no fucking chance. Like so this is gonna be the end of the college football season. The last game of the year. Um, you know, we'll see what comes of you know next year.
as far as college, what's going to happen across the landscape. Alabama, obviously, Alabama, number two recruiting class currently. Um, they're going to be dangerous. And they've been, that's the best run in sports, I think, that I can remember over this period of time to be this dominant. I can't remember anything. The Patriots were really, really good. They were winning championships, but they weren't at this level for this long without any real absences. So Alabama's been an absolute powerhouse, and now you're going to have now. See, when Michigan beat Ohio State, I thought that Michigan was like the new uh, team and that rivalry, and they might be, but they can't cap it off with a national championship. So they didn't really capitalize on that momentum. They really could have propelled themselves to becoming a top tier program. Again, but they just didn't. Yeah, so Duggan has just played like shit. Georgia's too fast. They can't really do anything about it. You can thank Georgia, or that's sorry, not thank Georgia. You can give Georgia credit probably more than you can actually give Duggan fault. Georgia's just been everywhere. They had that little mind lapse, which I think was in the first quarter when they had the guy get wide open, which led to their only touchdown. But other than that, they've been dogging them. No pun intended, or pun intended. And they're going to go ahead and kick off to the Frogs at 10:52 to go in the third quarter. Yeah, we still got. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh, I thought he was going to break it. I thought he was going to hit that second. And there's a flag. It looks like there's going to be a hold against Georgia, or sorry, against TCU returning the ball. Yep, so we got a hold on the Frogs. So 45-7 Georgia. And it's getting worse by the minute for TCU. You know, you go up 30, sorry, you go down 38-7 in a halftime. You come out, you think you have a little momentum, and they come down and score again. Now you're down by 38, and he's going to run it off DeMarcado to the left side, 25-yard line. He stopped for about a gain of 5. So TCU again. Let's see what they can do. At this point, you're fucking down so far. You have to onside kick now. Like you can't. You're playing against the clock so much, but they're not even thinking about that. They're thinking about getting any slither of daylight against a Georgia team that's very, very fast. So Duggan's in trouble in the pocket. He's going to scramble. He's going to try to run for the first down. He gets past the marker, and he'll move the chains. So Max Duggan, big play there, out of the shotgun with DeMarcano in the backfield. They have a guy blitzing, but he comes in, can't get to him quick enough, and he breaks it out first down. 21-6 Bulldogs as far as first downs in this game. Georgia's had no issue moving the chains. Here comes TCU. Duggan out of the shotgun across the middle, and it looks like it was a catch made there for the first down. Is that thunder? So Georgia gets the first down, and it's 45-7 Bulldogs. What's that fucking stupid ass cat? Hold on. Hey. Yeah. Sorry about that. So at first, so I just actually got this cat. Funny story. My kid's mom kept having me kick the cat off her damn back porch because we live pretty close to each other. And so eventually I was just like, fuck it, because she lives on the second story. They kept getting up to her thing, so I just took it, and he's just chilling. So here we go. TCU at the 45, 3rd and 5. Duggan drops the ball, and I do apologize, and they sacked. And I do apologize because, again, I wasn't sure if that was lightning or what, so I almost had to check it out. But doesn't really matter. 45-7, Georgia. Shouldn't say it doesn't really matter. I do apologize, though. It definitely matters. But what I was just saying is because it's so lopsided, it's not. There's going to be nothing that's going to make an impact in the game that's going to be missed. So 4th and 8 and they're gonna punt. And at this point, you could pretty much put the kids to bed, because they're punting down 38 points. And let's see if Bennett's gonna stay in the game. Probably will. They're not gonna take him out with 7.5 minutes left in the championship. He'll play until probably the second to last drive. And in the last drive, they'll put another guy in to take a couple knees or do a couple handoffs or something. But yeah, this is just an old fashioned ass kicking. Like I can't believe that this is the championship game. It's been a pretty good season too. You had this shit like TC or Tennessee beat Bama. You had Tennessee beating who the fuck else was it? Didn't Tennessee have another win? No, because Tennessee was undefeated. I mean, well, no, they did have a. Who did Tennessee beat? I mean, they played in the SEC East, so they beat everybody other than Georgia, and then they lost to South Carolina. But anyway, yeah, no, Tennessee winning was a huge deal. Um, and then you had like LSU just randomly losing, getting their ass kicked by TCU towards the end of the season. So nobody is safe. So the score is 45-7, and we are currently on commercial break. Georgia leads to 45-7 in the third quarter of the national championship. So 1st and 10 for Georgia. 7:24 to go here in the first half. And this one is just about done.
Or sorry, 7:14 or 7:24 left in the third quarter. Sorry. Georgia is up 45-7. And is Bennett still in there? Yeah, Bennett's still in there. So Stetson Bennett here in the shotgun. 45-7 lead. Oh, he's out. So McConkey, sorry, with a big play for Georgia. He comes to the sideline. And they just want to put it on him at this point. They're like, we're in the national championship game. We want to put on the most dominant performance of all time. And that's what they're looking to do. TCU is just completely overmatched. And Bennett drops back, looks, fires down the field. He's going to go right down the middle. Oh, it's going to be caught. Is that? Oh, no, it's dropped. And he knows he made a mistake. Hustles back to the huddle, second down. So TCU was able to dodge a bullet there. He goes up for it, and he is hit and is knocked away. So and they were lying in the streets in Dallas to watch the game in Fort Worth. I was watching something on the news earlier. Bennett goes across the middle. He caught it. And that was a first down, and there's a flag on the play. It might be a holding. Yeah, judging by Bennett's reaction, looks like it's going against the Dogs. So 45-7, 6:05 left here in the third quarter of the championship game in Inglewood. Oh, no, looks like an illegal use of hands on the defense. So it's going to be a pass interference on the defense. Georgia first down. On a situation like that, does the penalty get declined? Oh, okay, never mind. He dropped it. I thought he caught it. I thought Mitchell caught it. So it's a first down. He dropped it anyway. That's why the pass interference mattered. So uh, the 43, yard line run up the middle, and he is going to get back to the 40. So clock ticking under 5 minutes, 50 seconds left in the third. Dogs are up by 38, and they are absolutely giving TCU the time of their life here in the national championship. Taking that trip from Texas, traveling pretty well with all the fans. They have been a very good program for quite some time, but coming to the national championship, a whole different stage, playing against Georgia, a whole different breed of team, and the Dogs came in ready. So Bennett with one back in the backfield in the shotgun is going to hand it off, and he's going to get stuff for it looks like about lost 2, and it's going to be third down. So let's see what Georgia calls up here. Again, they are winning 45-7 with 5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Bennett 15 of 22, 263 passing yards for 3 touchdowns, 2 with his feet, getting into the end, 2 times with his feet getting into the end zone for 39 yards on the ground, running the ball 3 times. So 3rd and 8, Bennett here. Is he going to go lone backfield? Looks like, yes, he has a shitty camera angle. Oh, and a nice catch there by A.D. Mitchell. Oh, no, sorry, that wasn't Mitchell. That was number 0. So, nice catch. Darnell Washington from right here in Las Vegas from Desert Pines High School. Desert Pines, where? Also, if you're a Laker fan, look away. Lakers currently getting dragged by the Nuggets 62-48. Desert Pines, Harris. Harris, is that like fucking. Oh, it ain't that far. So big play, Georgia into the red zone. After the huge play by Darnell Washington. 1st and 10 from the 13, and he gets stopped up. So big time play there by Georgia defensively, and they were ready for the play that TCU was, or sorry, TCU was ready for what Georgia threw at them. 2nd down, as Georgia got back to the line of scrimmage on that one. TCU trying to stop Georgia. 7 plays for 71 yards, 4 minutes and 20 seconds on this drive. Trying to cap it off with 7 more. And there we go. To the outside. Edwards is tackled. Coming right back to the line of scrimmage, so they can't seem to get past the line of scrimmage right here. It's going to be 3rd down and 10. And if I'm Georgia here, I just take a stab at the end zone. You're winning by 38 points. There's no point in playing conservative. If you're going to come out here with Bennett on the field, you might as well try to get 6. So it must be somebody's mom in the crowd or something. Bennett out of shotgun with the guy to his right. 3 wide. Sorry, 4 wide, and Bennett's going to throw it to the end zone. McConkey, this is getting unreal. 52-7 Georgia after they tack on the extra point. This is getting insane. 51-7. And yeah, they're just, every time they come down the field, they're just scoring. They're just, nothing is going TCU's way. Nothing they're doing necessarily wrong. It's just Georgia is this much better, and right now it's 45 points better. Georgia is absolutely smacking down TCU. 2:17 left in the third. They could put up 60 in this one. I mean, hell, they could put up 70. 3 touchdowns is nothing. Lance McConkey, yeah, he just makes a beautiful move, pulls it in with ease, and Georgia is showing why they're the number 1 team in America. I don't really see why, at this point, anybody would want to debate. I don't really think they compare to the Alabama team of the COVID year or LSU the year before that, but Georgia's good, and they're showing it now. 52-7. Going to be a repeat national champion, and they're going to go for 3 next year. 2 in a row. When you could walk off the stage holding the championship 2 straight years, you know, you were the hunted after year 1, but now, you know, everybody is going to be trying to get you. So, we'll see next year what happens. I really want to look up the statistics after this game for how many. Cause shit, dude, I would never be sitting back like this. It's fucking 52-7. This shit's fucking over. Like, there's no point, like, in even entertaining the thought that anything else is gonna happen in this game. Like, it's 52-7. Georgia has just absolutely destroyed TCU in every facet of the game. To be honest with you, earlier on, I didn't really think that it was going to be too much of a, it looked like TCU was going to at least be able to compete, and Georgia just starts absolutely wailing, wailing on them. They've been wailing on them ever since about the middle of the second quarters when they really turned up the heat.
and now it's 52-7, and you have about 2 minutes, 17 seconds left. Uh, before the third quarter ends, you know what I mean. So we'll see what happens coming out here. Uh, TCU, if you're going in to the huddle, you know, how do you approach the attitude on the sidelines? Because in a game like this, where it is the biggest game that any of these guys have ever played, and probably the vast majority will ever play, um, you know, you're going to lose the game. It's a 45-point game with 17 minutes and 17 seconds left. How do you approach that conversation? Just letting them know that to keep fighting and keep playing every down. And he's going to get out to about the 30, 2:12 left on the kick return for TCU. And here we go, these fucking excessive commercials. Oh, they were going another commercial, so. Yeah, I want to look at the stats for how many people watch this shit after halftime. I mean, because after halftime, I was like, you know what? They come out. Wait, or was it 31-7 halftime? 38-7. Yeah, it was 38-7, I think. And then Georgia came out, I think scored. No, TCU stopped them, Georgia stopped them, and then Georgia's been killing ever since. So DeMarcano up the middle for a yard. 2 minutes left in the third. Second and 8 with 1:53 to go.
And Carson Beck is currently taking backup reps, or currently warm-up reps. Duggan scrambles, throws it far, way over the receiver's head, and complete. And right now, TCU just has the face like they just want to get the hell off of the field. Darius Davis said, I'm not Aaron Gordon. I can't go up there and catch that. Nice little play fake to DeMarcano. Almost just taken down, almost taken out a second time. Rolls out and then just flings it. 3rd and 8. Duggan in the shotgun. DeMarcano is lone back. It looks like it's going to go with 4 wide, 5 wide, 4 wide. Duggan drops, looks, caught in the middle. And, across the 50 to the 45-yard line. Big play there. So Darius Davis was able to get that one. That was within his reach, right to him. And he goes all of the way to the 50, to the 45 for a first down. 1:07 left in the third, and are they getting the Gatorade out? I'm not sure, but Georgia is up 52-7, and a handoff up the middle gets about 2 yards for DeMarcano. And TCU, nothing to be ashamed about. Great season. Only lost 1 game prior to this. Won some very tough games. The Big 12 was not easy this year, and TCU made it through, but we are 15 minutes and 30 seconds away from Georgia being in the history books as the new national champions. Max Duggan fakes the handoff to DeMarcano. Looks. He's tripped up at the line of scrimmage. He tried to get outside and run. 18 seconds left before the end of the third quarter. Max Duggan shaking his head like he can't believe it. Nothing they're doing is working. But it's not like it's luck on the part of Georgia or just like it's a miscue on the part of TCU. It's Georgia's winning this game more than TCU is losing it, which is saying a lot for when you're beating a team 52-7. If I'm not mistaken, TCU has 2 turnovers in this game. 52-7, you'd expect to be at least 3 or 4, but they're just getting run out.
SoFi is absolutely packed to the brim. 1 quarter left, and Duggan is cursing on the sideline. Georgia loving it. McConkey scores, and they are 15 minutes away from winning it all. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm gonna have to delete most of this. I was on mute the whole time. Again. Oh my goodness. It's because there's nobody. Fuck. This is gonna. I might as well delete it. But yeah, well, I mean, I think a lot of it's been good. I mean, but considering the fact that I was just literally, well, shit. How long? Nah, it's only been like 5 minutes. It ain't been that long. Maybe 10. Well, 1 quarter left, and TCU is currently getting the shit kicked out of them. Let's see what the live line is. Where's my phone? Also, last chance for anybody that watches Last Chance You basketball season 2. That shit is ass. The first one was really. I mean, I guess that's two interpretations. Some people like a little like the second one. There was no true storyline. The first one was really you could get the team. They did those storylines really well. Second one was just like it wasn't good. I didn't think so. Like I hope that's the last one for that school. And I really liked the first one. Last Chance U football. If I had to rank them, because there was two Indy, two EMCC, and one Laney. If I had to rate the football ones, I would probably go. Well, I mean, it's hard to put anything above number one because the guidance counselor, Miss, fuck was her name? Miss Whitney? I don't know, but she was the guidance counselor at EMCC. Hold on. I don't got AC on or nothing. Almost sweating up in that damn sweater. So here we go. 7:23 to go in the game. And you've got a 52-7 lead for Georgia. Max Duggan drops, and he's tackled. So 52-7. I'm assuming they're just going for it. So it's 4th and 11, which is going to be against their own. Where are they? So they're on Georgia's 46. Duggan with the Mercado goes left. And the shotgun takes a step in, 12, 20, 14, 23 and counting on the clock, 4th and 11. TCU is 28 on third down conversions this year, 50%. And incomplete. So Duggan throws an incomplete pass, almost intercepted there, and Georgia's going to get the ball back. Shit, they could really put 70, 60 on these guys. Like, they are kicking their ass. They'll probably just score again. Like, 60 is going to be hard. Like, I don't even see why Duggan's still playing. Like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to send the guy off when you're losing 52-7. How many games are really over by the end of by the middle of the third quarter? Like, truly over. And this is one of them. Bending in the shotgun, handoff. He gets about 2 yards. So it doesn't look like they're going to be too aggressive here. 14 minutes away from Georgia winning the national championship. So 14, 13:40 and counting to go. Georgia, no hurry. Game has me falling asleep. Oh, and they're sending Bennett out of the game, so it looks like Bennett's coming out to a standing ovation as he hugs the backup quarterback who is about to check into the game, Carson Brock. Carson Beck, the redshirt sophomore, 6'4", 215 out of Jacksonville Mandarin High School. So Bennett comes out, two-time national champion, here in about 13 and a half minutes is what he'll be. Give me 1 second. This damn cat. I'll tell the story how I got this damn cat. I think I told the story, yeah. Good. Right. Right. Okay. So about 13 minutes left here in the championship game. Let's see what the live spread is because I haven't bet on shit this game. I've just been fucking. The shit's been whack. Like the shit's fucking physically putting me to sleep. Like there's no excitement in anything. Like at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like it's over. It's just one of those things where it's literally a matter of waiting for the clock to run out. There's nothing else that's gonna happen that's gonna change the outcome. So right now, oh shit. Georgia's a 48.5 point favorite. Holy shit. 68.5 is a total. What the fuck is it? 45.7? No, not 45.7. 52.7. No. Yeah, no. Yeah, 52.7. So 52-7, second and 7 for Georgia. 13:25 to go. And Carson Beck and Stetson Bennett can watch the last 13:25 as Bulldog River from the sideline. It's going to be a handoff. Probably what we'll see Georgia do for about the next 13 minutes. And Kirby gets to give his quarterback a send-off. Greatness, in college, regardless of what, age or anything, two-time national champion, played phenomenal tonight. So we'll see, it's 48.5 point spread. Live bet. So Georgia 3rd and 5. Carson Beck is going to drop their actually going to try to throw the ball here. Caught first down Georgia. Big play there. And they just keep putting it on them. As the ball goes to Kyrus Jackson, the senior from Fort Valley, Georgia. So Georgia 52-7. I don't have the sound on. I'm guessing that was Stetson Bennett's family or something. Just fuck this kid that's in the game, right? Fuck his family. And he's gonna get back to the line of scrimmage. But yeah, no, they're just gonna show his family and talk about his childhood for the next 15 minutes probably. But this other guy, Beck, he is only I think he said he was like a sophomore, like a redshirt sophomore. So he probably is probably gonna, have a legitimate shot at some point. Whether they bring in whether there's somebody else that compete with him or, he doesn't get it till later on. Like he could still become the, starter. So getting reps against a team, that's as good as TCU can definitely benefit him, even though TCU is not looking good at all. So it's second and 10 on the 29 and a half. He's going to get about 4. And it's going to bring up a 4th down where Georgia will have a chance to make it 55-7. No, sorry, it's 3rd down and 5. So 52-7, 3rd and 5, Stetson Bennett. Just chilling on the, on the sideline. 3rd and 5 dogs. Bennett, is he gonna get a flag? No, incomplete. So the Bulldogs are gonna try to probably kick a field goal here. 10:30 to go. Oh, sorry, that wasn't Bennett. Court throwing it is Carson back. So 4th and 5, Georgia's going for it. They're just saying, fuck you. 1st down to Bell. And Georgia at this point is, saying at this point they're just saying to put the kids to bed because they just went for it on 4th and 5, up by 45 points. Like somebody might end up being upset about that. I'm not sure. Nothing might come of it, but we'll see. And Beck gives the handoff. Oh, and another touchdown. Holy shit, bro! It's 58. Wait, what the fuck did they call? They call him down? Yeah, they call him down at the 1. Yeah. So, I thought he had it. I think most people thought he had it. And Georgia gets in. Touchdown. So the Dogs go up 58-7. And they are destroying TCU still. I don't know how many times I've said that. And I keep saying it because that's the only thing you can say about this game. And they are, making their statement. I don't think I've ever seen an ass kicking like this in a national championship. Like even us against Oklahoma was not like this. Like shit, they can if they score again, that's 60. Well, shit. I mean, yeah, because they're not scoring twice. But I was gonna say they scored 2 more touchdowns than 70 points. And then, how do you feel as a TCU fan? You came out here to watch to Inglewood, the beautiful Inglewood, which is debatable. But you come out here and your team is just getting their ass kicked. So 59-7. We have about 7 minutes to go in the game. We'll be right back. Again, Georgia is about to win the national championship. And Stetson Bennett's going to go out a 2-time champion. And Georgia is the new official king of college football, not just for winning one national championship, but back to back puts you in a class of your own. So we'll be right back.
So it goes for a touchback. Not gonna let the old mute get me now. It gets me sometimes at work, but not gonna let it get me now. So we get a touchback. Talking about, you know, someone within Georgia's program, and there's a timeout call by Kirby Smart. Sorry, I think I just said a timeout call by Kirby Smart because I heard the announcer said that because I turned this down for a second. But so he's clapping it up. Second timeout used by Georgia. They're gonna have one left with 9:24 to go in LA for the national title game. And these fans can feel it. Georgia's already celebrating. You know, 9:24 left in the game, and we're probably just going to see clips of them celebrating for the next 9 minutes, and then we go to another commercial. So we'll be right back. 59-7. Georgia still leads. TCU gets the ball back after a touchback on the kickoff. We'll be right back. So the only reason this game is still going is because Georgia just scored so many damn times. And when they score, it takes about 5 minutes without commercials to really get the game started back. So that's one of the reasons the game is still going on. Again, Georgia's winning 59-7, about 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Not an energy, just not much to talk about as we wind down the 2022 college football season here in LA. Oh, are those live shots? Those cannot. Those are. Oh no, those are earlier, because they showed some shots of, and there's going to be a handoff to DeMarcado. We stopped immediately, but they showed some shots of like TCU fans, like woo, but they weren't live. Like they were from earlier, and I was like, yeah, what the fuck? Like you're losing by 52 points, but they weren't from right now. So, 59-7, 9 minutes to go in the game. TCU trailing by 52. 2nd and 12. See if they try to go to the air. They will, and Duggan is wrapped up. 12, so 8:50 to go. And excuse me, sorry. Beautiful rush coming from the edge. Right there. So Tyke Smith came in to make the play. And it will be 3rd and 21. Duggan with DeMarcado was right in the backfield, 4 wide. Duggan drops across the middle. He's not going to get the first down, though. TCU's going for it. 4th and 6 at their own 29, and Duggan sacks. See, in a situation like that, like I know that you're losing by 52. Excuse me. My call there would have been just punt it. Save your dignity. Like don't let them put up 60 on you, which they're probably about to do. And then God forbid something TCU go 3 and out, and then Georgia puts up 70 points. Like, what if they get 3 touchdowns in the next 7 minutes, 30 seconds, and they score 80? Like, what the fuck is like? I think they might win this. Imagine watching NBA instead of national championship couldn't be me. I would say the same thing, but I mean, I would probably rather watch NBA right now if I wasn't, taking the time to do this. So it's going to be about on the 19-yard line for Georgia. Yeah, see, they're just it's 66-7. 60 is another touchdown. He goes off to the left side. And yeah, TCU has no pride or heart. Like they fucking are. They literally just 60-piece these dudes. 65-7. Bro, what the fuck is going on? Like, dude, they just like, bro, throw the towel in. Stop. Like, I would never normally not say stop trying, but bro, like you're in the national championship, you're down 65-7. Like, bruh. 7:23 left, and there's no signs that TCU's even. He fucking missed the extra. He fucking missed the extra point. He missed the extra point, but it doesn't matter. 65-7, but now, damn it, now they can't score 80 because they would have needed to. They'd hit 79 if nothing else, if at this point. But see if they put up 70 on them. Like this shit's fucking crazy. I can't believe they're really whooping their ass like this. Like
Yeah, let me see. I'm gonna go to Facebook for the memes because I know the memes have probably already like I know you're TCU, but dude, like now I have no fucking doubt Michigan would have been. What the fuck did these reacts that? TCU fans going through it. Yeah, see, Georgia by 50. Oh shit, he really did say Georgia by 50. So yeah, and so at TCU can still come back and win this game. They have to just erase a very small 58-point deficit in the next about 7 minutes. So according to my sources, 57-year-old Georgia quarterback Stetson Bennett prostate will give it a go tonight in the national championship. So a little while ago, they had 45 plays and 45 points. Like, just cut the shit off and start Sports Center. I've never seen some shit like this. Like, I mean, I've seen some blowouts, but this is like people are gonna be fucking pissed that they made the playoff at this point. Like they're really like almost like fucking up any credibility that they had and make anything else look like a fucking uh hold on real quick. Um yeah, this shit is just I've never seen nothing like that. Like they are beating them the fuck down. Like it's not even. And all right, here we go. First and 10, 25-yard line. DeMercado gets a little bit of a gain. He's gonna get about 9 to the 29, maybe about the 29.5-yard line, 7 minutes and counting. And it looks like Duggan's on the sideline now. So second and 1 for the Horned Frogs. He goes 14 of 22, 152 yards and 2 picks. Not an absolutely atrocious game. I mean, bad, but not to the point where you need to be losing fucking 65-7. And that's a first down to the 39-yard line for TCU. So Duggan, tough way to go out. He fought so hard all year for TCU. Had the game against Baylor where he ran on the where they had to rush the kick around the field. He was big, helping them get down the field. And now they're about to get their shit pushed in front of everybody in the country. So 6:25 to go. TCU down 65-7. And a run to the outside. He gets back to the line of scrimmage. 6:19 to go. So clock running. We're about to be inside of 6 minutes. Georgia about to put up 70. And I don't really see how they don't put up 70 because TCU is probably going to be stupid enough to go for it. Like at this point, I think you should save your pride. Like, I mean, but at the same time, people will think that conceding and not giving all effort, just playing the serve and run the ball would be, um, you know, all right, here we go. It's going to be a run to the outside. But, not giving it your all and just kind of saving the score to save face, that would be a negative hit against your pride as well. So, I guess it's whatever you look at it from. But, like, dude, you're down by 58 points. Like, you're not, like, at this point, there's nothing that TCU could even do. Like, think of what happened if they scored 5 touchdowns. You still see they lose by 23. So here we go. It's gonna be third and 6. Knocked away. They almost had another pick, and Georgia wants to score again too. Johnston and the rest of TCU, and it doesn't look like they're mad at this point. Like they've been getting their ass kicked for so long, they just kind of accepted it. So 4th and 6, Sonny Dykes is going to once again go for it. They're going to turn the shit over again and give George. Or are they going for it? No, I think they're finally going to punt it. Yeah, so TCU's finally going to punt the ball. Unless they try some stupid ass gimmicky play, they're not. And they punt the ball deep. It's going to be a fair catch. So 1st and 10, 5 minutes to go. Georgia is up by 58 points. And let's see if they go down and score again. Like, imagine being a fan of this team. You know, I know USC didn't make it, but holy. At this point, I'm almost glad we didn't make it. Like, fuck playing against Georgia. Because this shit is crazy. It's 65-7. No, they're just going to run the ball. About a 5-yard gain. 5 minutes left. So most in either the BCS or college football playoff national title game tonight by Georgia 65. So this is always going to be a game that we've always had great games, except we haven't always had great games, but if we had always had great games, this would always be that except always. Never way it's not going. No way it's never going not going to be at this point. And they just keep running the ball. They just got to the 50. They're up by 58. Like it's shit's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because we know Georgia is probably a much better team than TCU. They're showing it, but excuse me, to be up by 58 points with 4 minutes to go, as Georgia has a 1st and 10 with 3:55 left at their own 49. Um, you know, those airplanes flying over. Let's see if they score again. And it's going to be a handoff. It's about a yard. So it's going to be 3:30 left. The clock's just running. Let's see where the Gatorade cooler is. Kirby Smart congratulating his players. Georgia has had 252 rushing yards on the ground in the game. TCU 36. 3 minutes, 45-yard line. Bennett, or sorry, not Bennett. The backup hands it off. He's going to get to about the 44, about 45-yard line. So 3rd down. 2:48. TCU on the brink of having a long flight back to Fort Worth, but the great season they've had, you wouldn't be surprised to see some kind of parade for TCU at this point, just because they have come so far, getting all the way to the national championship game, making the playoff, being the first Big 12 team to win a playoff game and gets to the final step. So here we go. It's going to be a run 3rd and 2. Georgia gets another 1st down to the 40, 2:15 to go. TCU has 3 timeouts. I don't even know how many they're going to use. There's at this point, it's just dumb to use a timeout. So 2 minutes. Kirby Smart's not even going to worry about using his timeouts. And he's fist bumping the crowd. Game is over to him. He's happy. He just won 2 in a row. Victory formation for the Dogs with the 40-yard line of TCU with 1:43 to go. And all the Dog fans that made the trip are ready to celebrate in Southern California. So 2 more kneel downs and it'll be over. Doug congratulating his teammates. Bennett. Oh, and let's see who has the Gatorade cooler. I don't think I see it. And looks like one more kneel down, 2 more kneel downs from Georgia will do it. Unless they're going to let the play clock expire, but I doubt. So, yeah. 3-second difference, and Georgia is about to win the national championship. And Georgia is the 2022 national championship. They win it here in LA in a game that was not even entertaining for a second. This is incredible. Well, what a great college football season. And again, the Warriors stream tomorrow night. Thank you for anybody who did support. Bennett with a great game. The whole Georgia team they deserve this championship. They're the best team in the country. Turn the volume off. I didn't realize I had it on. That's why I was kind of talking funny. But yeah, so Georgia wraps up the national championship. Kirby Smart gets 2 in a row. Georgia, now you might be able to call them a dynasty. As Max Duggan walks off the field, the Jackson's 65-7 loss, and that's gonna be a tough one to swallow. As Sonny Dykes comes over and congratulates Bennett, but um, again, thank you all for tuning in. Anybody who did support, gonna most likely do the Warriors stream tomorrow, which is gonna be at 10 p.m. Eastern time. They play the Phoenix Suns on TNT Tuesday evening, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna get to bed now. As you can see, I'm tired and I've been smoking a little bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and get to bed. And I'll be back tomorrow with those streams. Again, Georgia wins the 2023 national championship. And I hope everybody has a great rest of your night. Bye for now.